Bhakti Vedanta. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktabinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Vrishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees for our last class among the series of lectures on Bhagavad cosmology. So, as we did discuss yesterday about the vertical structure of the universe, wherein we discussed about sun, sun's chariot, sun's location, and then moon's location, moon's characteristics, and who are people staying in the moon, and where the moon is located, etc. And today we'll continue on from there. So before moving on to the further next point, some additional information which may be of interest to the devotees. So some information about the moon landing, what modern science says, and what is the understanding from scriptures, Vedic scriptures. So this information is taken from the website only. There could be much more. Just to show some contrast, I have taken few details. The first human-made object has been sent to the moon by Soviet Union. This is what they claim. I'm just presenting as they are. So it is called Luna 2 mission, which happened on 13 September 1959. In competition to that, United States, NASA has sent the first manned mission known as Apollo 11, which landed on the moon on 20th July 1969 at 2018 UTC. So the first two human beings landed on the moon were Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. So they spent about 40 minutes on the surface of the moon, and they carried so many rocks from the moon. That's what is being published. And since 1969 to 1972, there have been 6 manned US landings and numerous unmanned landings on the moon. So details we don't know much. Who are the other people who landed on the moon? Not much information is available. But they claim that there are 6 more. And most interesting thing is that since 1972 onwards, 76 to 2013 and even till today, there were no more soft landings on the moon. So they're trying to send satellites, but somehow or other they are failing in between. This is from US and India. In 2008, India sent Chandrayaan-1, consisting of a remote sensing mission. It has been put in the orbit of the moon, and it is traveling along with the moon with the same speed as that of the moon, trying to capture images of the moon's surface. And they say that these images have indicated that there are a lot of water resources on the surface of the moon. Then again in 2019, ISRO tried to send Chandrayaan-2 with a land rover to try to find out the moon. What is there on the moon, whether human can inhabit or not. But unfortunately, one day before the land rover supposed to land on the moon, it went out of communication. No one knows where it has gone. Then China in 2009 sent one Chang'e 1. In 2013 sent Chang'e 3. These two became successful to not land on the moon, but to land on the orbit of the moon. And this remote sensing mechanism is still there and try to capture the moon's images. They are still getting some information from moon with the help of Chang'e 1, Chang'e 2. So like that, there are different information that are available from NASA and other resources. There could be many more, just to show an information. So these are some pictures published by NASA. The first man landed on the moon, Neil Armstrong. He landed there. He hosted US flag and offering respects to it, and then returning. This all happened in 20 minutes, 20 to 40 minutes. Everything happened. So then, but our Vedic literature say that, as we already discussed yesterday, Gana Toyatmakam Tatra Mandalam Shishinasmritam Gana Tejomayam Shukla Mandalam Bhaskarastute. So, according to Vedic literature, just like the earth is made up of earth element, sun is made up of fire element, the moon is made up of water element. It is supposed to be an icy planet. But what we see here is all contrast to what scriptures are saying. So there could be a doubt among the people that okay, the moon which is scriptures are talking is a different moon. The moon which modern science trying to excavate is also a different moon. So one may say that okay, there are two different moons which are being talked about, etc. But at least from Bhagavatam or any other Vedic literature, Ramayana, Mahabharata, we don't see any such kind of information that there are two moons or many moons or multiple moons. There is only one sun and there is only one moon in our universe. Whether Ramayana is talking or Mahabharata is talking, Bhagavatam, Vishnu Purana, Vara Purana, any Purana, all the literatures are talking about one moon only. So we only have one moon, which we see every day in the night time, giving us cooling rays, etc. So you try to see the contrast between the two opinions. And further, Bhagavatam also gives some kind of understanding about. In the 8th canto, when there was the fight going on between Indra and Bali, so at one point of time, Indra says that if somebody without proper qualification try to come to upper planets and encroach upon them, we'll send them to below their current position by creating illusions. So that's why sometimes Prabhupada also write they might have gone to Rahu here and there, etc. So we don't know all that. But this is the standing which the Devatas have. If somebody wants to go to heavenly planets without proper qualification, they'll be sent to a different place which will be lower than their current position. So like that. But is it not that no one can go? Yes, there are examples who can go, who cannot go. Even Trishanku, who was cast by Vasishta to become a Shudra, though he was a Kshatriya, but he was given the responsibility of taking care of cows. So one day when a lion was attacking the cows, instead of killing the tiger, he killed the cow only. Because he did go hatya, Vasishta cursed him to become Shudra. So, but eventually he developed a desire to go to Swarga with the self-same body, which is foul smelling, etc. He approached Vasishta and Vasishta's son then said no. But eventually he approached Vishwamitra, telling that, so Vasishta said, I am not qualified to go to heaven. So just to show his superiority over Vasishta, even though knowing that this Trishanku is not qualified to go to Swarga, Vishwamitra sent him to Swarga with his potency. So this is what you can see. But when he was about to approach Swarga, Indra understood some unqualified person coming down. Indra sent him down. And Vasishta is trying to send him up. But in order to prove that he has some capacity to do something for the pleasure of Trishanku, Vishwamitra created an artificial heaven in which the Trishanku seems to be coming downward, head downward and legs upward. Even some Shastras say that even today we can also understand this artificial Swarga, which is created by Vishwamitra. So those who know about the space, they may say that, okay, this is Trishanku Swarga, etc. So it is still there. That's what is being said. Still now also we can see. But personalities like Arjuna, Yudhishthira Maharaj, King Raivata, Nausha, they went to Swarga or even upper planetary systems in the self-same body because they are spiritually qualified. So they could go and come back also in the self-same body. But others may not. So it is like that. So basically, one understanding from Vedic literature is that, yes, one can go to moon. There is no barrier. But having attained the necessary qualifications. If one wanted to go to moon by force, by hook or crook, so the people who are living over there are more powerful than us, more elevated in their spiritual consciousness than us. So that fact we need to consider. So it is like that. Of course, indeed, we have the technology to send a satellite to the orbit of the moon, almost close to the moon. But landing on the moon and interacting with the moon, also we need to take into consideration. It belongs to somebody who is of superior consciousness than us. So that factor needs to be considered. So finally, some points in relation to the moon. Who can go to moon? When can they go to moon? Etc. etc. One reference from Bhagavad Gita 8th chapter. The similar reference from Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam 3rd canto. Dhumo Ratri Tata Krishna Shanmasa Dakshinayanam Tatra Chandamasam Jyoti Yogi Prapya Nivartate. Departing on the path of smoke, night, waning fortnight, the southern course of the sun, the moon, and attaining Svargaloka, the Karma Yogi returns. So it's basically those Sakama Karmis with the intention to go to Pitraloka or Svargaloka, they perform different rituals and they leave their body at a certain prescribed time. So they will go to Pitraloka, enjoy their sufficient and come back. The same thing is mentioned again, third canto. Tashraddhaya Kranta Mati Pitrudeva Vrata Puman Gatva Chandramasam Lokam Somapa Punareshasi. Pitrudeva Vratam Puman. Those people who perform Pitruvrata, Devavrata, they are qualified to go to Pitraloka and they are qualified to go to Chandraloka also. Chandramasam Lokam. Having drank Somapa, Somaras, they will come back again. So this is the thing. Traividyamam Somapaputa Papa. Yajnairishtva Sargatir Prarthayante Te Punyamasidya Surendra Lokam Ashnant Divyan Divideva Bhogan Tetam Bhuktva Sargalokam Vishalam Kshine Punne Martalokam Vishanti Evam Traidharma Manu Prapanna Gata Gatam Kama Kama Labante. So people who are influenced or inspired by the Vedic statements, they take up so many Vedic rituals. As a result, they will be promoted to Pitraloka or Svargaloka. They will enjoy Somarasa there as long as their piety allows. They come back. Again, they perform the Traidharma, the Vedic dharmas, the Vedic rituals. Again, they go to moon, they enjoy there, again come back. This will never end because these people are inspired by this superior kind of enjoyment. So it goes on. So like that. So these are some of the references about who will go to moon, how can they go to moon, such kind of things. So finally, in this particular chapter, there are some attributes, some qualities of the moon are mentioned. Moon is called as Sarva Jiva Nivaha Prano Jivas. The moon called life itself, supporting the life of all beings, is the chief living being in the universe. Because in one sense, the moon is providing Somarasa as the food for the Devatas, Pitrus, and all the superior beings. He is giving us food grain, the juice in the food grains, the taste in the food grains to all of us, to the animals, to birds, beasts. And in that sense, he is taking care of the survival of every living unit in the entire universe. That's why he's called a chief jiva. Annam hi prananam prana. Food is the life of all beings. And that food is provided by moon itself. He is called jiva because he is made up of immortal nectar necessary for all the living entities. The devatas, animals, humans, etc. He produces food in the form of plants for Bhuloka residents and as nectar for the heavenly beings. So he provides everything, whatever one needs. Pitrus are those who drink hot vapor of food that we already discussed in the previous class. Ushma Bhagahi Pitra. So then, Ekam Nakshatram Trimshata Muhurtaya Bhungte. So the moon passes through 27 nakshatras, spending one day with each nakshatra. The 27 nakshatras are actually the residential quarters of the 27 daughters of Daksha, who were given in marriage to moon god. So basically, they were his 27 wives. He spends one day with each wife, and hence he travels from all those places. That is what is indicated here. So these are some of the points about the moon. Finally, it is also mentioned that the moon is composed of the 16 phases as seen as the Supreme Lord. So moon is also one of the vibhuti of the Supreme Lord. He changes his appearance in 16 ways. Pratipad to Paurnami, Paurnami to Amavasya, like that going and coming back. But whatever increasing or decreasing order, it will be there. So Pratipad to Paurnami 15 and then Amavasya 16. So like that. In between phases are repeated in that way. The moon is considered to be the mind because it's the presentity of the mind. He is considered food because he is giving food to everyone. He is nectar because he is giving nectar to Devatas. And the life of the Devatas, life of the Pitrus, life of the human beings, life of the ghosts, life of the animals, life of the birds, life of reptiles. In one sense, everyone is dependent upon moon for their survival. The moon is considered to be all pervading since it is the cause of all life by providing food for everyone. The moon is also called Manomaya because it is the presiding deity of the mind. So these are all some of the attributes of the moon, different things. So it's like that. Some details of the moon and moon landing, some information. There are many more details, but we don't have to discuss all these things. Those who are interested, they can refer to such kind of things. All that moon landing, etc. So after the moon, all the way up to Dhruvaloka are the heavenly abodes. All the heavenly abodes are situated starting from the moon all the way up to Dhruvaloka. So we'll just discuss nakshatras and then we'll take some questions. So because the moon and nakshatras are closely connected. The constellations 28 in number along with Abhijit, situated 0.3 million yojanas above moon. Inspired by the Lord, they move clockwise around Meru on the wheel of time. Tata uparistha 3 laksha yojanato nakshatrani Merun dakshinenaiva kalayana ishvara yojitani sahabi jitasta vimshati. So Ishvara Yojitani, by the plan of the Supreme Lord, the 28 constellations are superimposed upon Kala Chakra and they rotate along with the Kala Chakra. That's what is indicated. There are 27 nakshatras, are actual nakshatras 27. They are 27 daughters of Daksha reside in stale quarters. They are given in marriage to moon god. The 28th one is Abhijit. Is not seen always. Sometimes he is seen, sometimes he is not seen. So whenever he is seen, he will be seen in between Ashada and Shravana. He takes the last part of Ashada and the first part of Shravana whenever he appears. So that is about the 28th nakshatra. And these are the 27 nakshatras who are the 27 daughters of Daksha. Since they are living in these nakshatras, nakshatra is nothing but a constellation, a group of stars. 2-3 stars combined together. They appear to be like a small bear and they are called as a nakshatra. All 27 nakshatras are all appearing to be a small bear. So they are called constellations, a group of stars, and it's like that. So Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, etc. These are the names of the 27 daughters of Daksha, and they are staying in those 27 nakshatras. And as moon is passing through them, he will be called like that. So it's like that. This is about the 27 nakshatras. So now, they actually, in according to Sanskrit, according to Vedic literature, according to Vedas, Siddhantas, nakshatra means naktrayate iti nakshatra. So daytime we have sunlight, we are fearless. We can go anywhere under the sunlight. Nighttime, when there is no sunlight, normally we may have some moonlight, especially on Purnami we have more moonlight. Other days we have moderate moonlights. And on the day of Amavasya, even there is no moonlight also, but there is some light coming from the stars. So that is also sufficient to show the pathway for one person. So one can become fearless and then move from the field to home, village, etc. etc. That could be there. So nakshatras are basically that will deliver us from the fear of the darkness during the night time. Anything that gives some light in the night time is called nakshatra. Anything that shines in the night time is called nakshatra. So nakshatras are a set of stars that never fade. They have one ray and they remove the darkness, fear of darkness. It is said that Vaipurana says that the sun has 1000 rays. Out of 1000 rays, 400 rays are special rays are coming during summer, 300 special rays are coming during winter, 300 special rays are coming during rainy season. So the 1000 rays are distributed throughout the year. Similarly, they are powerful rays. Nakshatras have one ray. That because it is only one ray, we have limited light coming from the nakshatra. So in general, nakshatra means anything that gives us some brightness in the night time. That's why Lord Krishna says, Nakshatranam aham shashi. Of objects that shine at night, I am the moon. Among all the different objects that are shining at night, the brightness of the moon is best. That's why Lord represents the moon. And then the scriptures use a term called riksha. Riksha means bear. So Jambavan is called in Ramayana as Riksha Raja, king of the bears. So riksha is basically bear. So as I mentioned, nakshatras are basically combination of 3-4 stars. It is called constellation, and they appear to be small bears. That's why they are called bears, rikshas. Group of stars in 27 groups, Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, etc. They are bigger in size like Buddha. By the combination of 3-4 stars, the overall size seems to be bigger, and they are bigger like Buddha, and their maximum size go up to 400 yojanas. the maximum diameter of these nakshatras with the different stars combined together. The overall dimension is up to 400 stars. And then, so but eventually in due course of time, these rikshas, which are supposed to be called as rikshas, are called as nakshatras. Whenever we go, we are talking in terms of Janmapatrika and all, they'll ask, what is your nakshatra? Nakshatra is basically at the time of birth, in which riksha the moon is situated, or in which nakshatra the moon is situated. At the time of birth, if the nakshatra is there in Ashlesh nakshatra, one is called Ashlesh nakshatra. One's birth star is called Ashlesh nakshatra. Basically, at our birth time, with which wife the moon was there at that time. So that wife's name becomes our Janma nakshatra. So it is like that. And then there are Rashi. There are 12 groups of stars. They are also a group of stars, constellations. They appear to be like a different animals. That group of stars appears to be lion. Appears to be like lion is called Simha Rashi. That appears to be like a goat is called Makar Rashi. That appears to be like a scorpion. It is called Vrishika Rashi. So like that. They get 12 animal names. So like that. Mesha Rashi, Tula Rashi, etc. And then the rest all, other than the Navagrahas, Riksha groups and Rashi groups, remaining all are called Tarakas. Other small stars whose size varies from half yojana to 100 yojana, that is 6.5 kilometers to 10 kilometers, the diameter of the star. Those who do good deeds cross this world and attend these places. Through means to cross and go to some other place. Taran, that comes, we give up this material body, material element, we go to spiritual world. It's like somewhat like that. Tara, as we mentioned that when the Kshatriyas die in the battlefield, they will be promoted to Sarga, they will be given one Tara. When the Brahmanas lead a life of austerity, they will be promoted to Sarga and they will be given a Tara. When the Vaishyas lead a life of charity, they will be promoted to heaven and they will be given a Tara. When the Shudras lead a life of service, at the end of their death, they will be given some Tara to live in the heaven. It's like that. Whoever on maybe, if one does a selfless service, they will be given Tara. They will be taken to. In Nishkama Yarma Yogi is by default entitled to go to Sargaloka. A Sakama Karma Yogi works hard to go to Sargaloka. It's like that. Tara also means they are white and bright, self-illuminating. All the Taras are self-illuminating. Some combination of Taras is Rukshas, some combination of Taras is Rashis. That means Rukshas and Rashis are also in one sense self-illuminating. So like that. Graha means planets like sun, moon, etc. who are bigger in size. Their minimum size is about 200 yojanas. Surya, Chandra, Mangala, Buddha, Guru, Shukra, Shani, Rahu and Ketu. These are the 9 planets, 9 grahas. Yesterday we saw that the size of the moon is 270 yojanas. It seems that Buddha is still smaller than moon god because Buddha is the son of moon god. So son will be having a smaller abode than the father. So like that. That's how we can take. So then Lord Krishna also says that Jyotisham Ravi Ramshuman, among all the objects that shine both day and night, I am sun. In the night time, among all the objects that shine, the moonlight is biggest. That's why Lord says I am moon. Nakshatrana Maham Shishi. Nak means Rath. So Jyotisham Ravi Ramshuman means both in the day and night, overall, among all those objects which are shining brightly, among all, the more brightest one is I am. So in that way. So what is the distinction between the grahas and other things? The other planets shine because of the rays of the sun. That's why sun is called the king of the all grahas. So basically, the sun is self-illuminating, all the tarakas, rashis and rakshas are self-illuminating. But the grahas are not self-illuminating. The grahas reflect sunlight. So this is one difference. And all the nakshatras, rashis, tarakas, they also travel along with Kala Chakra. Kala Chakra is nothing but the Rashi Chakra. The 12 Rashis combined to their forms Kala Chakra. The 12 Rashis, 27 Rikshas and unlimited Taraka, they are, all these three travel with the same speed. The Grahas also supposed to travel the same speed along with the Kala Chakra, but they will not be able to do that. they constantly lag behind. There is a difference between the grahas and other things. This is the understanding. So it's like that. These are some pictures you have here, some nakshatra pictures. This is the Big Dipper. Big Dipper means Saptarushi Mandal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here the polar is pole star. So it's like these are all different things, different constellations. So we have Vega, Archanas, Virgo, Regulus, Pegasus. So like that. This is another picture. This is Ursa Minor, Big Dipper, Leo. This is another picture. Some information. So now, as we mentioned yesterday, that all the tarakas are like the aerial mansions, either the chariots or the vimanas, like that of Kardamuni created to Devahuti, created for Devahuti. So there are some references that heavenly being traveling in the various space shuttles. So these are all different examples in the Bhagavatam. So Kardamuni created for Devahuti, that is one aerial mansion. King Chitraketu, after becoming a king of Vidyadharas, he was given a space travel airplane, brilliant airplane, in which he traveled for 1 lakh years. After that, he was cursed by Mother Parvati to become Rudrasura, and then he was liberated by Indra, etc. All these things are there. So then, when Daksha was performing second sacrifice, he invited all the devatas. That time, all the Devi devatas, they were traveling in their airplanes. Seeing them, Mother Sati approaches Lord Shiva and requests him that let us also go, something like that. They were all going in the airplanes. And then when Dhruva Maharaj going back to the abode of Lord Vishnu, again there are so many small snacks. There are so many small airplanes were seen. Dhruva Maharaj was seeing all these things, and he remembered his mother. So he immediately said, why my mother? Without my mother, I cannot come. Then the Devatas, the Nandasunanda showed that, see other airplane, your mother is coming. Something like that. So when Prithu Maharaj is going back to Godhead, and Archi followed after him, the Devatas are telling that, okay, see, that is Prithu Maharaj, this is Archi, the chaste woman going after her husband, like that. And Vaikuntha is filled with so many airplanes made up of gold, Vaiduria, and emeralds obtained solely by the worship of the Lord's lotus feet. This is 3rd canto, 15th chapter, where the description of Vaikuntha is there. Vaimanika Sarana Charitana Shishvat. So, like that. There are so many Vimanas are there in the abode of Vaikuntha. So, these are some of the examples that either in the Vaikuntha or in the material world, in the upper abodes, we have residents and they are living in the space shuttles known as airplanes. So here are the 27 constellations are located just above the moon. So moon will be traveling every nakshatra day after day. It is like that. So these are some details about the moon and nakshatras. If some devotees have some questions about the moon, we'll take quickly and then we'll move on, because the next part we will try to do quickly, little fast. Hare Krishna. Any questions, Prabhuji?
Prabhuji, here in picture it is shown the 27 nakshatras are in the same plane as moon or little above?
No, above, no? It was said previously 3 lakh yojanas.
Okay.
And
moon is 1 lakh yojana.
Yeah, moon is 1 lakh yojanas with respect to sunlight.
Okay.
Here 1 lakh yojanas.
That is almost.
And sun is 1 lakh yojanas with respect to Pushkara Deepa.
Okay. So moon is just almost above Meru. Meru is 84,000, na?
Yeah, little above Meru. Yes.
Little above. Okay.
But that is not a permanent place. Moon also comes downward and goes upward. The Uttara Dakshina happens in due course of time. That day, On one Makara Sankranti day, which referring to which Srila Vyasdeva compiled, that day moon was here. But moon keeps going up and down also, just like sun goes up and down.
Yes.
Hmm.
So, Prabhuji, basically these moons are like, these nakshatras are like where moon is residing with the daughters of Daksha, right? 27 daughters.
No, they are not residing with the moon, the same moon planet, but they are residing in a different nakshatras. One nakshatra is occupied by one daughter. It is their place.
Okay.
Here, the Jiva, you said that moon is also known as Jiva because it produces immortal nectar. So, immortal nectar and Jiva, what is the connection, Prabhuji?
So, Jiva means all of us are still continuing as a living entities only because we are eating every day, breakfast, lunch, dinner. That's why we are called Jiva, means the one who has life. Our life depends on food. Annam hi prananam prana. The food is coming from the moon. For us, he is giving food. For Devatas, he is giving Somarasa. So that's why he is called the Jiva. All Jivas are surviving and subsisting because of moon. He is the principal Jiva. Like that.
Okay. And also, Prabhuji, Kala Chakra, which you said, Kala Chakra means actually you will be telling this in future, or what is Kala Chakra means? Even the Bhumandala also rotates along with Kala Chakra. Is it that?
No. Bhumandala does not rotate. It is stationary.
Okay.
Kala Chakra is nothing but a chakra made up of 12 rashis.
Okay.
The
That
12
rotates.
rashis are basically nothing but one rashi is nothing but a group of stars. 20-30 stars appears to be like an animal. If it is appearing to be like Mesha, it is called Mesha Rashi. If it is appearing to be like Tula, it is called Tula Rashi. So these 12 rashis are keep revolving day in day out, daily one round. And the 27 nakshatras are also superimposed upon that. So both combined together, we can call it as Kala Chakra.
Okay.
So all the other tarakas are also moving along with Kala Chakra, the same speed of Kala Chakra. But the Navagrahas are not able to move along with Kala Chakra. So when Kala Chakra completes one round, some of the grahas complete 0.9 rounds, some of them complete 0.8 rounds, some of them complete 0.95 rounds, like that. There is a lagging, constant lagging. That's why we say that the moon is going from one nakshatra to other nakshatra in a day. And sun is going from one rashi to other rashi in a month, like that.
That part you will be covering in future, Prabhuji. Now in this session.
Huh?
Last time you did that.
Our schedule time is over, Prabhu. आप लोग की class cancel किया last week, 2 classes.
And Prabhuji, 16 phases of moon, will you be showing that? What are those phases?
That also will come in that. That's basically what we see. On the Amavasya day, we don't see any moon. The Pratipad, little moon. Second, Ditiya, little more moon. And all the way up to Paurnami. Amavasya to Paurnami, we will see the moon in 16 different way it appears. It is like that.
Okay.
Shodasha Kalam. It is called Shodasha Kalam. The moon has 16 different appearances. So like that.
Okay. And when we say sun is the life-giving source and moon also is the life-giving source, the two, what is the, I mean, in what sense we say both are like?
Sun is facilitating our performance of different activities by rising and setting. And moon is facilitating by our sustenance by providing food. So in that way.
Okay. Thank you.
That's good. In chart box, there seems to be some questions. Moon 2 has Rataneda. Yeah, Moon 2 has Rataneda. There is no mention of that. We have this Uttarayana Dakshinayana for the moon. Rataneda concept is not clearly mentioned about the moon. So it is not clearly mentioned, Project. I don't know. We see great variation in rising and setting timings of moon. Whereas sunrise and sunset timings are similar. What is the reason? Because the speed of the sun and the speed of the moon are different with respect to the speed of the Kala Chakra. When Kala Chakra is moving, it is taking the Navagrahas along with it. The sun is almost trying to cope up with the speed of the Kala Chakra, but the moon does not cope up with the speed of the Kala Chakra. When Kala Chakra completes 360 degrees, the sun is able to complete 359.1 degrees, maybe 359.05, something like that. Thoda sa kam, almost 1 degree less, approximately will take 359 degrees only. But moon is very slow. He will only complete 347 degrees. That means within 24 hours, he lags behind by 13 degrees. So that's why we see the moon rising every day after half an hour or 45 minutes or 48 minutes, actually, to be more precise, 48 minutes later it rises. So like that. Because the speed is slow. That's why. Any other devotees have any question? Hare Krishna. Devotees are able to follow or not? Or everything is going overhead and so please, if you have any doubts, you can ask.
Prabhuji, can you explain once again about Kala Chakra? About Kala Chakra?
Kala Chakra is nothing but the combination of 12 Rashis. In the 360 degrees, one Rashi is here, Bajme, one Rashi, like that. 360 degrees, the 12 Rashis are occupying the 360 degrees. So it is a chakra which is non-different from Lord Vishnu himself, because it is the responsibility of Lord Vishnu to maintain the universe. He himself expands as Kala Chakra. So, and through the medium of Kala Chakra, he takes the Navagrahas along with him, the Nakshatras and the Tarakas along with him, and is maintaining the entire universe by the movement of that. So, it is like that.
So it means the movement of all the stars as well as grahas is called Kala Chakra.
No. Kala Chakra is basically, it is nothing but the combination of 12 zodiac signs only.
Okay.
So, it is like the prime mover. He is taking Rikshas, Tarakas and Grahas along with him, day in, day out. The Rikshas and Tarakas are moving at the same speed as the Kala Chakra, but Grahas are not able to follow the same speed. So it is like that.
Okay.
Krishna Prabhuji,
Prabhuji.
this moon, does it cross the constellations while going up, or never goes till there?
No, that crossing it won't happen. Nakshatras are far distant actually. Even though the picture in the showed nearby, but they are actually far distant. Horizontally, they are far distant.
Okay. So when we say that ki it is in this nakshatra, so what does it mean that ki for some
See,
period?
simple. Abhi Earth is like this, na? Line of equator is like this. The Kala Chakra is like this. And Nakshatra Chakra is like this. And the sun is somewhere moving here like this, day in, day out. And the moon is moving here somewhere like that. We are standing on the line of equator like this. So it becomes like this. So here, so I see sun rising every day like this and setting. And moon also rising here and setting like this. Iske upar Kala Chakra rehta hai. So when moon is here in the night time, 12 o'clock, night 12 p.m., something like that. So we see nakshatra so above. So when moon is passing like this, the above moon, we have nakshatra chakra. So because both of them are moving like this, but one is moving faster, one is moving slower. So when both of them moving like this, so in due course of time, one goes ahead, it is late. Thodi der ke baad, initially moon is in one nakshatra, thodi der ke baad it goes to next nakshatra, next day, next nakshatra, like that. It keeps changing.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, I just wanted to check with you. It is said that this Graha, Nakshatra, and Taras, they determine the fate of the Jiva who are staying on the Khanda or Bhumandala, means our Bharatvarsha, that. So now, like somebody takes to devotional service, it is said that his karma is nullified by Supreme Lord. So then how it is reflected in their movements, because then how the Lord is able to adjust the movements, that because everything is perfect in Lord's creation. So suppose as per movement of some, like say Shani planet, you are destined to have some accident, but Lord has nullified that. So then that must also reflect in the movement of this planets. No? So is it it is very wonderful that it is getting existed, or how to understand?
Prabhuji,
how to understand?
In general, so at the time of birth, based on the position of the grahas and nakshatras, our the main principal activities that we are going to perform in this life are predicted. Janmana, karmana daivanetrena jantu devopatate. Pravishta udaran shriya, purusha reta kanakshriya. So karmana daivanetrena jantuhu deha upapadyate. It is based on our past karmas under the supervision of the devatas in the form of the navagrahas, nakshatras, all these things. We enter into the womb of a specific mother and take birth and live in a particular circumstances, and what we are going to do can be predicted at the time of birth, time, position of the planets. That is true. But when one becomes devotee, what happens? It's all between the devotee and Krishna, where Krishna may allow the grahas to influence on the devotee, or Krishna may remove the influence of the grahas on the devotee also. Both are there. I mean, we cannot generalize anything. So Krishna is independent. If you want, he can implement it. If you want, it does not. So it is like that.
Miss Prabhuji, it was very surprising that, like, say, for example, one Graha is there, Surya or Shani is there. So his movement will remain common for all jivas, whatever is there, but his movement will remain common only. His movement remaining the same, it is somebody or not somebody is very wonderful.
No, but everyone is not born at the same time, na? Based on what time one is born. That's how it is predicted.
Yes, Prabhuji.
The movement can be same only, but you are born in the morning, on the same day somebody else is born after 1 hour. So there's a difference.
I mean, I think only so amazing thing. Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay, I think we'll go ahead.
Prabhuji, sometimes if two children also can take birth, no, at same time.
But different places, na?
Twins, twins.
Twins also, they won't take birth at the same time. One एक के बाद एक आते हैं. Two children does not take birth simultaneously, Prabhuji. One child is born, after honor another child is born. See, astrology is a subtle science, Prabhuji. It's not that okay, दोनों एक दिन में हुआ था, एक दिन में 1 घंटे में हुआ था, ऐसा होता नहीं. There are many other things also, but astrology can give a good amount of prediction. And there is also a palm reading also is there, face reading also is there. So many things are there. So I mean, don't expect that one shastra should tell everything. So even that one shastra only is presented by different people. They present differently. So then who is right among them? वो सब रहता है. But the Shastra has the ability to predict some of the important events in one's life. That doesn't mean that each and every event it has to predict. So not necessary. It should not be done also. It is not correct. Not correct also. That each and every event should be predicted. That is not a good thing. So I mean, at least this is my understanding. So you can approach an astrologer and ask what exactly happens, how it happens. I don't have much understanding of that. So many factors are involved in that. We cannot generalize. Okay, we'll move on. We have many more slides to complete for today. So then, as we move on further, as we go up, vertically up and up, after the constellations, we go upward by 2 lakh yojanas. We come to Shukra Graha or Venus. Okay, it moves like the sun, sometimes behind, sometimes ahead of the sun. The movements of Shukra is also similar to that of sun. He is always favorable to all people. This is his greatness, that he creates a good atmosphere to everyone. He generally causes rain and removes evil influences of other planets. And Shukra Graha is the abode of Shukracharya, who is the son of Bhrigu Muni, and he lives along with his associates in this particular abode. So just like the moon planet is abode of Chandra and also Pitrus and Sadhyas, Surya Graha is the abode of Lord Surya, and Shukra Graha is the abode of Shukracharya. And he lives with all the other descendants of Bhrigu Muni. The entire Brahman entourage is there. As we go above by another 2 lakh yojanas, there comes Venus, not Venus, Buddha is the son of moon god. He also moves like the Venus along with the sun, sometimes ahead of sun, sometimes behind. Generally, the auspicious, but not always. Whenever he moves away from us, He produces fearful situations like such as drought, cyclones, and continual clouds, etc. When he's close to earth, everything is good. When he's going away from earth, such kind of problems will come. Drought, cyclone, and continuous clouds, etc. It is the abode of the Buddha, who is the son of Chandra and Tara. So this is mentioned in 9:1, 34, 35, 9:14, 13, 15, etc. It is abode of the son of moon god, Buddha Graha. Then Hare Krishna, devotees can mute. So then Angaraka, it is also called as Mars, Kuja, Mangala, which is located 2 lakh yojanas above Mercury. It is generally inauspicious, indicating grief. Especially the parents are worried about Mangal Dosh, Kuja Dosh. That is one of the big problem. Getting them married is very difficult. It is the abode of Kartikeya, the son of Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. Kartikeya resides in Angaraka Graha. But Ganeshji resides in Kailash only. Ganeshji did not go out of their home. He stays along with Mother Parvati only. But Kartikeya, he made his own residence in Angaraka Graha. And Mars passes through each sign in 3 fortnights, if not traveling retrograde. Normally, just like Sun stays in each zodiac sign for 30 days, Mars stays in for 45 days when he is not traveling retrograde motion. If he is traveling retrograde motion, it will take more time. So he covers 12 zodiac signs in 1.5 years, if not retrograde. That is one thing. As we go above by 2 lakh yojana, there comes the Bruhaspati or Jupiter, which is the abode of Bruhaspati, the preceptor of the Devatas. It is generally auspicious for the Devatas. So it is the abode of Bruhaspati with the son of Angira and Shraddha and the protector of the Devatas. He is the spiritual master of the Devatas. So Bruhaspati, Guru Graha passes through each sign in 1 Parivasara. Basically 1 year he spends in each Rashi. So in order to pass 12 Rashis, he will take 12 years. It's like that. Then we come to Shanachara, who is located about 2 lakh yojanas above Jupiter. He is always inauspicious like Mars for the universal situation. It is the abode of Shani, the son of Sun God and Chaya. Passes through each sign in 30 months and the entire zodiac belt in 30 Anavastaras or 30 years. So like that. 1 Anavastara is equal to 355 days. So this is how it is mentioned. The 12 signs in 30 Anavastaras. This is about to be 30 into 355. So it's like that, not 12. So like that, the different planets, one is located above, and every planet is inhabited by different variety of higher beings, heavenly beings. As you go upward, about a distance of 1.1 million yojanas above Saturn, there comes Saptarushi Mandal, the Big Dipper or Vanavakasa. They always think of the well-being of all living entities. Srimad Bhagavatam 8:14-4-5, they say that it is the duty of the Saptarushis to continuously preach Nishkama Karma Yoga all over the 3 planetary systems, Bhuloka, Borloka, Swargaloka, especially in the Bharata Varsha. Time and again they come down in the form of various acharyas, the Saptarushis, or they also come directly many times and they try to preach the Sanatana Dharma by preaching the importance of practice of Vanaprastha duties in order to influence people to practice Nishkama Karma Yoga and other yogas. That was the main duty of the Saptarishis. That's why they are given the position in the Saptarishi Mandal, because it is their duty to take care of the Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya Glanirvavati Bharat Apyutananda Tasmana Sujamniham Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Dushtam Dharma Samsthapanarthaya. Dharma Samsthapana is the duty of our Saptarishis. So it's like that. And the sages are in total 2.5 million yojanas above sun. With respect to sun, if we add all the in between the distances, the overall distance to Saptarushi Mandal is 2.5 million yojanas. And the Saptarushis during the 7th Manu are Kashyapa, Atri, Vashishta, Vishwamitra, Gautama, Jamadagni, and Bharadwaja. And the Saptarishis during the first Manu were Marichi, Atri, Pulasya, Pulaha, Kratu, Bhrugu, and Vashishta. The Saptarishis who are going to be in the next Manvantara, 8th Manvantara, are Galava, Deeptiman, Parashurama. Parashurama is going to be one of the Saptarishis next Manvantara. Ashwatthama is going to be one of the Saptarishis in the next Manvantara. Krupacharya, both Mama and Banja are going to come. Rishishrunga and Vyasadeva, the current Vyasadeva, Krishnadeva and Vyasa will become Saptarushi in the next Manvantara. Rishishrunga, you know, in the Ramayana, there is a pastime about him. Today morning we were discussing about them. Rishishrunga only performed that Putrakamish Yajna, by which Dasharatha Maharaj had 4 wonderful children, Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. So he is the one. He will become Saptarushi in the next Manvantara. This is the pole star and these are the Saptarushi Mandal. Question mark. They appear to be like a question mark in the night time if you see. As you go upward, starting from pole star, the Saptarushi Mandal, by a distance of 1.3 million yojanas, we come to the abode of Lord Vishnu. Ata tasmat paratas Trayodasha Laksha yojanantarato yattat Vishnoho Paramam Padam Abhibhavanti. So Lord Vishnu's abode, Kshirodaksha Vishnu stays in Dhruvaloka. That abode is located at a height of 1.3 million yojanas with respect to Saptarushi Mandal. It is established by the Lord at the pivot of all the luminaries, planets, and constellations. Jyotir Gananam Graha Nakshatradinam. It is the center for Jyoti. Jyoti means Jyoti Chakra, Kala Chakra, 12 Rashis. And Graha Nakshatradinam. Graha means all the different planets. Nakshatra Adinam means the 27 Nakshatras, and Adinam means all the Tarakas. So like that. Saptarishis, Devatas, and stars circumambulate Dhruvaloka with offering respects in clockwise direction. Samakala Yugbi Sabahumanam Dakshinata Kriyamana Idanim. Dakshinata means starting from Purva, moving towards Dakshina. Dakshina is the direction of the midday sun. Starting from Purva, going to the Dakshina, and then clockwise, all the things, the 12 zodiac signs, 9 grahas, 27 nakshatras, and all the tarakas, with respect, offering respects to Lord Vishnu, they are making circumambulation of pole star. And Dhruva still resides at the life source of all and remains until the end of Kalpa. So Dhruva Maharaj currently residing in the Dhruvaloka, looking after the maintenance of the entire universe as service to Lord Vishnu. He will continue to do this till the end of the Kalpa, till the end of the day of Lord Brahma. So it is like that. These things are mentioned in the Bhagavatam 4th canto. Nanye radishtritam badra yad brajishnu druvakshiti yatra grahakshataranam jyotisham chakramahitam. I give you that residence of mine, which is eternal. The zodiac of planets, constellations, and stars revolve around it continuously. So when Lord appeared to Dhruva Maharaj, he said that I'll give you my own abode. Why you want to go here and there? And approve it. And it's like that. And you will continue to stay there. It will become yours only. So then all the planets and everything will be revolving around that abode of yours. Like that he said. It remains until the end of Brahma's life. Kalpa Vasinam. Remains till the end of Brahma's day. Actually, Kalpa Vasina means remains till the end of. Of course, in one sense, Dhruvaloka will be there for the entire lifespan of Brahma. But here, especially in the current, the normal Srishti Kal cancer, throughout the day of Brahma, Dhruva Maharaj will be going to be there and assisting Lord Vishnu in the maintenance of the universe. So, Medyam Gochakravas Parastad Kalpa Vasinam. Kalpa Vasina means Parastad Kalpa Vasinam. Dharmo, Agni, Kashyapo, Shukro. All the great sages who live for one Kalpa duration, they are situated in the Saptarushi Mandal. Parastad Kalpa Vasina means it is situated above, just above Saptarishi Mandal, or just above Dhruvaloka is the abode of Kalpavasinam. The people who live for entire day of Brahma, that is Maharloka, Janloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, their lifespan is either one day of Brahma or the complete lifespan of Brahma. Some of the great sages who are living in the upper planetary systems, their lifespan is as long as Lord Brahma. So in that way. And it remains till the end of the Brahma's life. Kalpavasinam is all about Brahma's life only. Tato gantasi mastanam sarvaloka namaskuram uparistad rishibhistvam yato navartate gata. Here Lord Vishnu is telling to Dhruva that. So my dear Dhruva, you rule over the Bhumandala for 100 celestial years. Afterwards, you will go to my abode. Gantasi mastanam sarvalokanam, which is respected by all the lokas. Uparistad rishibhistvam. So above which are the abodes of the great rishis, that is Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, or the Dhruvaloka is situated above the abode of the rishis, that is Saptarishi Mandal. In either case it is there. Yato vartate na gata. Having gone there, one does not return. Yato gata na avartate. Having gone there, one does not return. Yat gatva na nivartante taddhamma parmama. That is what it is. So like that, we have seen about the Bhumandala, Sun, Moon, constellation, Shukra Graha, Buddha Graha, Angaraka, Buraspati, Shani, Saptarishi Mandal, Dhruvaloka, Varna Buddha, Dharvana Buddha, going all the way up to Dhruvaloka. So here you see. Their approximate location where they are located, etc. Varna Buddha, they are there. In reality, it is like this. So actually, from the location where Bhartakanda is there, from here to Pole Star is only 3.8. But from here to Sun, it will be 11.66, and from here to Charityville is 15.75. From here to the local mountain beginning is 41.1. So it's like that. With respect to that, if this is year to year 41.1 and year to year should be 1/10 of that, so they should be very close. So not so height as it is shown in the previous slide. So that is how we have to understand. So this is from 523 Dhruvaloka, established by the Lord, which is the pivot of all luminaries, planets and constellations, which are made to rotate constantly around it by the inconceivable force of the Lord's time energy, shines constantly. So Dhruvaloka constantly shining and making and whatever required for maintenance of the entire universe. These are some of the other images. Here you see all the planets. This is the pole star where Dhruva and Vishnu are situated. So this is a verse from Vayu Purana in order to give the understanding that where these planets are located actually. When the sun is at the end of the Dakshinayana tracks, sun is traveling up Uttarayana Dakshinayana. At the end of the Dakshinayana track means the one day before Uttarayana begins, that is on the day of Makar Sankranti. He will be below all other planets. The moon moves above sun. The star belt moves above Shukra. And Shukra moves and the star belt moves above the moon. Buddha will be above the star belt. Then there are Shukra, Buraspati, Shani, Saptarishi, Dhruva. The planets are situated one above the other by 200,000 yojanas in order. So this is what is mentioned in the Vayu Purana. Dakshinayana margasto yata bhavati ravi mahan tada sarva grahanam sa suryo adastad. So then there is a mention about Shishumar planetary systems. Bhagavatam says that it is a great mission consisting of all stars and planets, etc. It appears to be like a dolphin or Shishumara, Kundali Bhuta Dehasya, Shishumara Samsthanena. It is considered to be an incarnation of Lord Krishna or Vasudeva. The yogis contemplate on this imaginary Shishumara to be the universal form of the entire universe. Because it is actually visible and it describes the zodiac. Since it consists of all the things that are there in the outer space, either directly or indirectly through the projections. So it is considered to be one of the interesting thing in the scriptures, the Shishimara planetary system. So when a yogi contemplating, he contemplates the dolphin as if it is jumping across the ocean. It's like this. It is jumping across the ocean. He contemplates it, it is just jumping in the water. Even it is actually seen by people, the modern people have actually captured this image of this Shishimara. They see. Some describe this zodiac belt to be the form of dolphin used for worshipping Lord Vasudeva in meditation. It is recommended from some of the yogis to meditate upon this universal form so that they can be freed from the desire to enjoy the material objects. Eventually, with the freedom, with the purification of the heart, they are qualified to practice Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, and eventually it's like that. Its head is downward and its tail upward. So when the description of Shishimara is mentioned with respect to the Bhumandala, the head is downward and the tail is upward. Its body is coiled to the right hand side. Its body is balanced by 14 stars on either side. With respect to its body, 14 on the right side, 14 on the left side. It considered as Lord Vishnu's external form, but not eternal form. It is basically the universal form consisting of all the planets and grahas, tarakas, nakshatras. So it is considered to be the Lord's external form in order to maintain the universe. So then it is said that the Shishimara appeared the son of Dosha and Sarvari, the seventh Vasu. Like sixth canto, when Daksha had 60 daughters, he had given 10 daughters to Dharma. Of the 10 daughters, one wife's name was Dharma. So, I mean, Dharma's one wife name was Vasu. And she gave birth to 8 Vasus. Resting place of all the Devatas, stars, and planets. Shishimara considered to be the resting place of all these wonderful personalities. Here you see this is the Shishimara planet, which appears to be like that. The head is downward, tail is upward with respect to the Bhumandala. But when in the same Bhagavatam it is said that it appears to the yogis as if it is swimming across the ocean. How to reconcile both? So here you see picture. When the yogis are meditating upon the Shishimara, for the yogis it appears to be like the Shishimara dolphin jumping across the ocean. Yes, here you see. The yogi in India, in the Himalayas or anywhere in India or Himalayas, when he meditates, he sees the entire universe like a dolphin. But in the 3D universe, it will be like this. With respect to the Bhumandala, Bhartakanda, since the yogi is in the middle of the Bhumandala, so he sees everything is flat. But with respect to this, when it is taken a 3D picture, the Vishwamitra will be horizontal, the Bhumandala is in proper position. So like that. So on the Shishimara, who is situated where? Some information is given in one of the verses in that 23rd chapter. On the end of its tail is Roloka. On the body of its tail is the abode of Prajapati, Daksha, Agni, Indra, and Dharma. At the base of its tail are the abodes of Data and Vedanta. The tips of Shishimara are so other things also you can see. The hips on the Shishimara are Saptarishi Mandal, and its genital Saturn, on the back of the neck Jupiter, on the mouth Mars, with its life air, within its life air Mercury. Mercury means Buddha, Pranapana. Its navel is Venus. So it's like that. The 14 stars are located somewhere in the middle. Yeah, 14 this side, 14 this side, 28 are there. And other things also, Ajavati stars, Ganga. Ganga is there all over the abdomen, backbone. And then in the mind, there is the moon. In the chest, there is sun. In the heart, there is Narayana, the Paramatma. On its two breasts, there are two Ashwini Kumaras. On the neck, there is Rahu. Upper chin, by this, already. Here one interesting thing you see. Ketava Sarvangeshu. The comets are situated all over its body. Romashu Taragana. The numerous skin pores are the place of numerous stars. The stars are like the skin pores of the Shishumara. Comets are like the they are spread all over. So like that. So these are the description. We'll see a picture. You see at the tip of the tail is Dhruvaloka. In the middle, we have the abodes of Prajapati, Daksha, Agni, Indra, and Dharma. It is here in the abode of Indra, that is called Amaravati. The capital of Sargaloka is located here. And we have Data Vidata, two of the 12 Adityas, they are also staying here. Saptarishi Mandal, the other upper planets, 28 Nakshatras, Moon, Sun, Ashwini Kumaras, Rahu and Yamaraja. So like that, all these different personalities are being situated at different places in the Shishumara. And Bhagavatam also talks about the position of 28 Nakshatras in one verse. So in between, along with all these things, the 28 Nakshatras are also situated. So then, in the last purport, so there is no direct mention in the shlokas, but in the last purport, Srila Prabhupada, quoting from Srila Vishnu Thakur, who quoting from Vishnu Purana, there is a brief description about the location of the 4 upper planetary systems. Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. It simply says that Maharloka is the abode of great sages and great rishis, and they live here. And those people, 7th canto Bhagavatam says that though practice Vanaprastha duties very sincerely, they will be promoted to Maharloka. That is mentioned in the 7th canto. And Janaloka is the abode of the great sages and rishis, headed by Bhrugumuni and other sons of Lord Brahma. They all reside in Janaloka. Tapaloka is also abode of great sages and rishis, headed by 4 Kumaras and one of the 11 Rudras. Just like one of the 11 Rudras is staying in the Ilavrta Varsha, one is staying in the greater Himalayas, one is staying here in this Tapaloka. Satyaloka is the abode of Lord Brahma. He resides along with his associates, the Vedas personified and great sages. All these great personalities reside in the Satyaloka, abode of Lord Brahma. Some more details about all these places from 2nd canto, 1st and 2nd chapters. Surpassing the navel of Lord Vishnu. The navel of Lord Vishnu is Dhruvaloka, or the abode of Sargaloka. That is called navel or abdomen of Lord Vishnu. The area of Sarga, with his very subtle, pure body, the yogi alone arrives at the worshipful Maharloka, in which the sages, who are known as Brahmavadis, Brahmavidam, who live for a kalpa Yusho, enjoy. Their Brahmavadis lifespan is 1 kalpa. Who practice Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, they are on their path back to Brahman. They come to Maharloka and other upper planetary system. They stay there till the end of the day of Brahma, and eventually they go to Brahman. So it's like that. In Brahmaloka, there is, and then the yogi passes through Janaloka, Tapaloka, comes to Satyaloka. So that is mentioned in the 26th shloka. In Brahmaloka, there is no lamentation, old age, death, suffering, or fear, except compassion for the people who are suffering in the lower planetary systems. The personified form of the Vedas, the personified Vedas, the personified form of Upavedas, Nyayashastras, Itihasas, Vedangas, Puranas, Samhitas, Yamas, Niyamas, perfected Jnanis and Yogis, who had attained Brahmaloka by mixed bhakti, all offered respects to Lord Trivikrama. This is from 8th canto, 21st chapter, when Vamana became Trivikrama, when his feet touching the universal shell. All these great personalities living in Brahmaloka, along with Lord Brahma, they are praising and offering obeisance to Lord Trivikrama. That means there we understand that all these people are residing in the Brahmaloka. So that's why I said the Brahmaloka, the residents are Vedas personified. So Lord Brahma receives these associates who are the Vedas personified and great sages. I got reference from this 8th canto only. Vedopaveda niyama yaman vitas tarketi asanga purana samhita echa pare yoga samira deepita jnana gnina randita karma kalmasha. It's like that all these people are situated there. So this is from other parts of the Bhagavatam, 3rd canto and 7th canto. If somebody follows the Grihastha Dharma properly, they are entitled to go to Sargaloka. If somebody leads a life of Naistika Brahmacharya, entire life, they are qualified to go to Brahmaloka. If somebody follows all the Vanaprastha duties properly, they are qualified to go to Maharloka. If somebody takes on to sannyasa and practices Jnana Yoga properly, they will go to Sahyajya Mukti following the direct Mukti. They'll go to Brahman attaining Sahyajya Mukti. And those people who follow the path of light, leaving the body during Uttarayana and daytime, so like that, all these things, bright fortnight, etc. They go to all the way up to Brahma Loka and then eventually go to Brahman. And such kind of people, they don't return. So they are called Krama Muktas. And these two things, direct Mukti, Krama Mukti, are mentioned in the second canto, second chapter. These details are all about Krama Muktas. They pass through one above the other and eventually they come to Brahma Loka. They wait till the end of the day of Brahma. Then they enter into Brahman. They follow the path of light, which was mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita chapter 8, one of the last verses. And those people who follow path of darkness, which is also mentioned again in the Bhagavad Gita last 8th chapter, last verses, either they go to Pitraloka or Svargaloka, they enjoy their Somarasa there for as long as their piety allows, then they return to Bharatavarsha. And before they could go to Bharatavarsha, they take birth in Brahmasvarga, they enjoy there for 10,000 years, and then finally they come to Bharatavarsha. It is like that. So these are some of the information connected to all these people who are there, where are they, etc. Who will go there, what kind of qualification were needed to go there, etc. This is our universe consisting of the 14 planetary systems. The lower half is filled with water. So upper half is sea. Here is our Satyaloka, the abode of Lord Brahma. It's like that. There is a small video. Please.
Vedic cosmology explains that the universe is made up of 14 vertically arranged planetary systems, or lokas. Each system resembles a galaxy and comprises stars, planets, and other celestial bodies. The topmost planetary system is Satyaloka, the abode of Brahma, which is at a height of 1.87 billion miles above Earth. Below this Satyaloka planetary system is the Tapaloka planetary system, the abode of the ascetics, which is at a height of nearly 1 billion miles above the Earth. Here the ascetics live in a solitary, serene environment conducive for yoga and meditation on transcendence. Their disciplined life of joyous austerity prepares them for returning back to the non-material world. As we move down from Tapaloka, we pass through Maharloka and Janaloka until we reach the Svargaloka planetary system, also known as heaven.
So, small video only. So then, as we go a little bit upward, after crossing Satyaloka, there is something interesting thing is there. From Satyaloka, as you go upward, after 16.2 million yojanas, we come to the universal covering. The 7 universal coverings begin there. So in between this free space, there is a Mahavaikuntha. Just like on top of Lokaloka mountain, there was a Vaikuntha abode which belongs to Lord Hari. And in Dhruvaloka itself is abode of Kyudaksha Vishnu, that is also a Vaikuntha. And here is a Vaikuntha which is located in this place just above Satyaloka. This is the abode of the Manvantara Avatara. So in every Manvantara time, the Manvantara Avatara resides in this Vaikuntha, which is called as Mahavaikuntha. It is created by Lord Vaikuntha to please Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. So Lord Vaikuntha is the son of Shubhra and Vikunta. His details are mentioned in the 8th canto 5th chapter. He is the Manvantara Avatara of 5th Manvantara. So during that time, he created a Vaikuntha, he manifested a Vaikuntha for the pleasure of his wife, the goddess of fortune, Mother Lakshmi. And the details of this Vaikuntha are described in 3rd canto, chapter 15 and 16, where the core 4 Kumaras went there to have darshan of Lord Vishnu. That Vaikuntha is nothing but this Vaikuntha which is located just above Satyaloka. So it is further indicated in 2nd canto 5th chapter while describing the universal form. So if you see, Burloka Kalpitam Padhyam Bhuvar Lokoste Nabita. The feet from the lower palms all the way up to thighs, joints, It is called Bhuloka and 7 lower planetary systems. Bhuvarloka is the Nabi portion. The navel portion is the Bhuvarloka. Hruda Swaraloka. Hruda means the heart region is the Swargaloka. Urasa Maharloka. The chest is Maharloka. And then Griviam Janaloka. The neck is Janaloka. Tapaloka Stanadvayam. The lips portion is Tapaloka. Murdabi. The forehead is Satyaloka. To Brahmaloka Sanatanam. As you go upward above the forehead, that is Brahmaloka. But 2 indicates that this Brahmaloka is not Brahma's Loka, but this is the abode of Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan, which is not like all these 14 planetary systems. These are all temporary, but this is permanent. This is Sanatana. These are not Sanatana. That's why 2 is used. So in that way. It is supported in Lagubhata Amrita 1.4.13. Maha Vaikunta Lokasya Vyapakasya Vyatmana Prakati Karanam Satya Upari Kalpana Muchate. Satya Upari Prakati Karanam by Lord Vaikunta, son of Shubhra and Vaikunta. He manifested this one just above Satyaloka. So in that way. It is called Maha Vaikunta Loka. This basically whenever Lord Vishnu comes down to the material world in order to take care of the activities in the material world, he cannot stay in a rented apartment. He needs his own abode. When he comes down, he brings his own abode to the material world. So like that, whenever Manvantara Avatara coming down here, he brings his own abode from the spiritual world. That is Mahavaikuntha, located just above Satyaloka, in the free space between the Satyaloka and the universal shell. So it is there. The 4 Kumaras, all these past tenses are known to us, so we don't have to discuss. It is further described in 2nd Canto 9th chapter, wherein at the beginning of the creation, Lord Brahma performed austerities to understand the source of himself and the lotus. Then Brahma was given the audience of entire Vaikuntha. Tasmai Swalokam Bhagavan Sabhajita Sandarshayam Asa Param Nayattaram. So Brahmaji was given that audience of the entire Mahavaikuntha, then Vaikuntha Vasis, and then Lakshmi Devi, and then Lord Vishnu himself. And Lord Vishnu spoke Chatushloki Bhagavatam to Brahmaji also. That is also the Vaikuntha which is located just above Satyaloka. It is further described in the 9th Canto 4th chapter, wherein in order to protect himself from Sudarshan Chakra, Durvasa came to this Vaikuntha, where he saw Lord Srinivasa and Mother Lakshmi. Vaikuntakya Medadaste Srinivasa Shriyasaha. Lord Srinivasa and Mother Lakshmi both are seen by Durvasa Muni in this Vaikuntha, just above Satyaloka. It is further described in the 10th Canto 18th chapter. Bhrugumuni entered Vaikuntha to test Lord Vishnu, the Lord of Vaikuntha. Ato Jagama Vaikuntam Yatar Deva Janardana. So Bhrugumuni wanted to test Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu. He tested Brahma, Shiva and then went to Vaikuntha. And there he tested Lord Vishnu by kicking on his chest. That past time happened in this Mahavaikuntha just above Satyaloka. So this is the darshan given. This is the Vaikuntha darshan given to Brahmaji. This is also same picture. This is our Ambarish Maharaj, Durvasa Muni, Fiery Demon, Sudarshan Chakra, Vaikuntha, Srinivasa, Shriyasaha. This is about Bhrugumuni trying to test Lord Vishnu by kicking on his chest. Test Lord Vishnu by kicking on his chest. So Mother Lakshmi felt offended that I did not do anything to stop Bhrugumuni who was kicking on the chest of my Lord. I am also part of that offense. She came down to Kolhapur to atone for her offense. Searching after Mother Lakshmi, Lord Srinivasa came down to Tirumala Hills and he is still there. So that Lord who came from this Vaikuntha is in Tirumala. So in that way. So this was the picture drawn by our Madhva scholars. They represent to what is there in the Bhugala Varnanam. So this building, this structure is indicating that Mahavaikuntha. That Mahavaikuntha is located just above Satyaloka. So this wonderful building is about that Mahavaikuntha. So then as we cross Mahavaikuntha, we go up, we come to the 7 universal layers. There is a description of the 7 layers. They are made up of earth, water, fire, ether, ego and Mahatattva, each 10 times thicker than the previous one. Some say there are 8 and some say there are 10 layers. The 8th layer is the layer of Pradhana, and Pradhana itself is made up of 3 modes. If you take them separately, there are 3 layers within Pradhana. So 7 plus 3 total 10 layers. So here 32652, it gives the reference of the 8th layer. The universal globe, Visheshandam, is surrounded by layers of elements such as water, each 10 times thicker than the previous layer. covered by a layer of Prakriti on the outside. Within the universe are the variety of planets which are Lord's form, the universal form. Toyadibi parivrutam pradhanena avrutai vahi. The eighth layer is the layer of pradhana, consisting of 3 modes. So like that. Then there is a reference about the 10 layers. Here you see, these are the 2 verses coming from Bhagavatam and 2 verses coming from Purushottam prayers. The 6th chapter is about Purushottam confirmed and both are same. So the color shows all of them are same. So it is said that it is Mahavishnu who expands as Garbhodaksha Vishnu, enters into our universe or every universe, stays there for some time, then comes out and reunites with Mahavishnu. He stays within for the duration of Lord Brahma's lifespan. So the gap between Garbhodaksha Vishnu and Karnadaksha Vishnu is the Shangulam, 10 inches. The 10 inches are indicative of 10 universal layers which are covering the universe. So like that. So this is our ISKCON picture of the universe. This is Karnadaksha Vishnu, that is Garbhodaksha Vishnu. The gap between Karnadaksha Vishnu and Garbhodaksha Vishnu is 10 layers. So like that. So the universe itself is 500 million yojanas. The thickness of the first layer is 500 this side, 500 this side. Same as the diameter of the universe. The next layer is 10 times to the previous one. If it is 500, this becomes 5000. So like that increases. So here you see the Brahmanda, the inner diameter is 500. The earth layer width on either side, one side 500, one side other side 500, total 1000. So water layer 10 times 10,000, like that. Fire layer, air layer, ether layer, Ahankara, Mahatattva, 7 layers are over. The 8th layer, all 3 put together is 8th layer. If you take separately, Tamas layer 10 times, Rajas layer 10 times, Sattva layer 10 times. If you take like that, the total would be around 1.111 into 10 to the power of 12 million yojanas, or 10 to the power of 18 yojanas. This is the overall diameter of the universe. Or if you take only up to 7, 10 to the power of 15 yojanas. If you take only up to 8, 10 to the power of 16 yojanas. So like that. Either way, in any way we can take. So this is about the dimensions of the universe consisting of all these different layers. So after crossing through all these layers, 7 layers, we come to the layer of Pradhana. After crossing the Pradhana layer, we come to the location of Brahman. After crossing Brahman, we enter into Vaikunthas. After crossing Vaikunthas, we enter into Ayodhya, Dwaraka, Madura, and all these things. So that is all mentioned in the previous sections also. You see? So Tata Parastas Yogeshwar Gatim Vishuddham Udaharanti. After that, Vaikuntha Lokas, and then like that, one after the other, everything is situated. So like that, we have discussed about Sun, Moon, constellations, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Saptarushis, Dhruvaloka, Marloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, Vaikuntha Loka, free space, and 7 layers of the universe, Brahman, Vaikuntha, etc. All these things are situated in these different places. These are the different lokas that are located in different places, etc. So this is also a picture according to the dimensions as given in the way of Bhagavatam. This is Garbhodaka ocean, Garbhodaksha Vishnu. This is the Bhumandala thick line. This is the hump of the Lokaloka mountain. The first circle is Dhruvaloka, then Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, and above Satyaloka is Mahavaikuntha. This area, if we magnify, it becomes like this. So this is the Bhumandala, Ra structure. The 7 lower planetary systems are inside. Here Rahu Ketu will be there. This is the Sun, Moon, constellations, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Saptarushis, and Dhruvaloka. All these are kind of presented to the dimensions, at least height-wise. So these are the details about all these things that we were seeing in the previous slides, all the way up to chapter 23. And then chapter 26 talks about Bhuvar Loka and Bilasvargas. So before discussing that, we will take some questions and also we take some break, and then we'll continue with the chapter 24 onwards. Hare Krishna, any questions from devotees? Hare Krishna, devotees, any questions?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
That Miss 4 Kumaras, they enter into Vaikuntha. That is happening in Maha-Vaikuntha, Prabhuji, or on the top?
That Maya Vaikunta here, where my cursor is, just above Satyaloka. There only they entered.
Ah.
Hare. Prabhuji, you said that Shukra sometimes goes behind and sometimes goes front. That is because of retrograde motion, or
that is because of some other things which are not mentioned in the Bhagavatam. They are mentioned in the Surya Siddhanta we have presented in our new book, astronomy book. Basically, Shukra has a motion called Shigra Gati. So Shigra motion means epicyclar motion. So he is moving along with sun, but he is moving around sun in a small epicycle. So sun is moving like this. Along with the sun, he is moving in a small circle around sun. So in that small circle, when is going ahead of sun and behind the sun, like that, it happens. Sun is moving like this, keeping sun at the center. Venus is moving in a small circle. So sun is the center of the Venus orbit. So in that way.
and why retrograde motion takes place, bro? That is their orbit. That is
because of the Shigra and Manda motion that are mentioned in the Surya Siddhanta. They are also because of this epicyclar motion only. So when the mean motion is going like this, in the epicycle, when they are coming backward, that is called retrograde motion. The planet is supposed to go like this. If it is going opposite, that is called retrograde motion. So
Prabhuji, what is this? Okay, somebody is asking. Please ask. I will ask later.
Prabhuji, I have heard that we have planet Jupiter, and Jupiter also is quite big. And the time of Jupiter is like in one Rashi, it stays for 1 year. So
yes.
Actually, I've heard that every planet also has a retrograde motion, like Sun, Moon, Jupiter.
Yes, Prabhu. Every planet has retrograde motion because of their Shigra Gati. These details are not mentioned in the Bhagavatam. They are all mentioned in the Surya Siddhanta. So we discussed about all of them in the new book, Astronomy. But anyway, that motion is not required for us to understand. Basically, Bhagavatam deals with the positions, their effects, something like that. Some basic information Sukadeva Goswami gives in the Bhagavatam.
Yes. Yes, I heard that retrograde motion has some effect on the person. So anyway, but that is not in our syllabus.
Forget about syllabus, but even I also don't know. The astrologers, they might know what is the influence of the retrograde motion upon us by a particular planet in particular Rashi. They will be able to give us proper account.
Yes,
What does that Big Dipper term means? Why the dipper?
I don't know. That is scientific term they used. They call this Saptarishi Mandala the Big Dipper. I don't know what is the reason behind. I never studied also. Something they say.
So, the astrologers, the model which they refer and what is said in scriptures. So some places they differ also. No?
Yeah, the astrologers, those who are following the software created by NASA, it will be different. And those who are following the traditional understanding of astrology, their understanding should match with the Bhagavatam and Surya Siddhanta. It's like that. So some text in the chart box that is also called Rama Vaikunta. I don't know, Prabhuji, maybe it is called Rama Vaikunta also, but at least in the Bhagavatam we see it is called Maha Vaikunta. So maybe called as Rama Vaikunta or may not, no idea.
So probably there are 3 Vaikuntas within the universe.
Yes.
3.
One is in Dhruvaloka, one is here above Satyaloka, one is on top of Lokaloka mountain. 3.
Prabhuji, Saturn is inauspicious. That was written. So actually, for devotees, it works in a different way. I mean, to come closer to Krishna, somewhere I heard like that. Is it, I mean, right understanding? Or because it gives difficulties?
Please approach an astrologer. I have no clue about all these things.
Okay.
how the grahas are impacting on an individual, that science is entirely part of astrology project.
Okay.
So we are just trying to touch the superficial and account of astronomy also. So I mean, it's like just we don't have complete understanding of all these things.
Yeah, apart from the 3 Vaikunthas within a universe, even on Satyaloka, there is a like Sahasra Vishnu, like that is mentioned. And then apart from that, Garbhodaksha Vishnu is also there, no? Down.
Garbhodaksha Vishnu will be in the Garbhodaka ocean only, project.
Yeah, so that will be also called Vaikuntha. One Vaikuntha, we can consider that also. No,
No, it is not said as Vaikuntha because Garbhodaksha Vishnu will be always in Yoga Nidra and is not interacting with anybody in that way. It is not called Vaikuntha.
And
At
Prabhuji,
least Google Varnam clearly mentioned that there are 3 Vaikunthas which are in our universe, like that they mentioned. Bhagavatam does not say that. Hey, why it is called as Vaikuntha like that.
in Satyaloka, so Brahma is worshipping some form of Vishnu. It's there, no?
Our acharyas have and give the understanding, oh, this place is above this, it is called Vaikuntha, etc. But Bhagavatam does not clearly say, okay, this is located just above Satyaloka. The shlokas are telling that we are getting it because of the acharyas explanations. They give a hint. But I mean, number 1, 2, 3, ऐसा कुछ बताते नहीं. That is our acharyas, based on their understanding, they will tell, okay. I mean, there could be many also. It is not that they are limited there only, but at least from the cosmology point of view, we are dealing with this portion of the universe where the 14 planet systems are situated within that area. 3 Vaikunthas are there. This can also be taken as the 4th Vaikuntha also. There is no problem in that. But
Guruji, can you
Kshirodaksha Vishnu
tell
is there in
the
Dhruva
Vaikuntha which is there?
Dhruva is in Dhruva here.
Okay.
And Guruji, can you briefly tell the Vaikuntha which is there on top of Lokalok mountain?
You please read 20th chapter, Prabhuji. 20th chapter we discussed here already. The Lord is called Lord Hari. He is there to take care of the 4 elephants which are balancing the Bhumandala. And he is there to take care of all the 14 planet systems which he created. Sarva Loka Sastaya.
Yes, Guruji, you had told me.
For more details, you can read 3-4 verses are mentioned in the 20th chapter.
Prabhuji, the scientists say 66.5 degree tilted of that Bhumandala. Not Bhumandala. What is this called? The Bharata Khanda. So that has anything to do with our, in Bhagavatam also it's mentioned something like that, or that.
No, Prabhuji. Bhagavatam, we have a concept called the inclined time wheel. The Kala Chakra is there, na? Which is made up of 12 zodiac signs and 27 nakshatras. That is actually inclined by 27 degrees. Just 7 degrees. Though, according to mathematical calculations of the Bhagavatam numbers, we get it 7 degrees. But in our personal experience, we see it as 23.5 degrees this side, 23.5 degrees this side with respect to line of equator. So overall, it becomes 47 degrees. So that's what Prem Goram Prabhu is working on. How the 7 degrees is pursued by all of us as 47 degrees. That is his main thesis of current studies, PhD. Okay. So once he is done with that study, you will get all the details.
So it means this whole Kala Chakra also is rotating at an inclination of maybe 7 degrees or whatever is.
Yes, Prabhu. Kala Chakra is actually inclined plane. It is rotating. Because of that only we can explain Uttarayana, Dakshinayana, etc. Because Kala Chakra is like this, all the planets go up and down as they are moving from one Rashi to other Rashi.
Correct.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, you will be explaining about these eclipses also, solar and lunar.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm sorry. See, today we will not be able to explain anything. I mean, today we'll be doing this 26th chapter. Abhi dekhte.
Okay.
Krishna willing. Future.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu. Any other devotees have any questions based on what we discussed till now in today's class? So if there are no questions from devotees, so we'll take some 5 minutes break and then we again continue with the next part of the discussion, that is about Bhuvarloka and Bilasvargas and then Shesha and the hellish planetary systems. So that we will do it after the break. Devotees are there?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can go ahead.
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. We'll continue. We'll do the remaining. So then, in the 24th chapter, Bhagavatam in first few verses talks about Bhuvarloka. in the later part of the chapter talks about the 7 Bilaswargas. So initially Bhuvarloka, Prabhupada always calls it as Antariksha, and it is the sky between the heaven and the earth, the intermediate sky between the heaven and the Bhumandala. Dvav aprutyor antarena nabe nabo valayastya. So te antarena antariksham tad ubaya sannidau. It acts like the sandhi between the Swargaloka and Bhuloka. It measures about 2 lakh yojanas. It is a place of enjoyment for the Yakshas and Rakshasas. Antariksha extend downwards as far as the wind blows and the clouds float in the sky. We will see about this much little later, what it means. Yavad vayu pravati, yavan mega upalabhyante. So like that. So in this Bhuvarloka, which is spread to a distance of 2 lakh yojanas, 1 lakh yojanas another side, with respect to sun, as you go downward below the sun, at a distance of 10,000 yojanas, is the Rahu. Rahu and Ketu, both of them are situated there, and they move like one of the stars. The star jaise wo bhi ghumte rehte hain. Rahu is the son of Simika, is the most abominable asura. Simika married Viprachitti. As a result, she gave birth to 1 Rahu and 100 Ketus. So her 100 Ketus are staying in the Ketu planet, Rahu is staying in the Rahu planet. So Brahma made Rahu and 100 Ketus as the 2 rulers of the 2 planets, Rahu and Ketu. They became inimical toward the both sun and moon, because sun and moon stopped them drinking nectar from Mohini Murti. So Mohini Murti cut off their necks, and Rahu became angry with both sun and Ketu, sun and moon. So they tries to take revenge upon them. So he tries to block the sunshine on the dark moon day, on the day of Amavasya, and hence he causes Surya Grahan. And he blocks the moonshine, the moonlight, on the full moon night, on the Purnima night, and hence he causes lunar eclipse. So they are called Uparagam or eclipse. Basically, he cuts the rays of the sun and moon which are coming to earth, and he sends forth his own bad rays. That's why we were told during the eclipse time, we are not supposed to do any activities outside of our home. Stay home and chant the whole names of the Lord. No cooking, no eating, no sleeping, and etc. etc. Just keep quiet and chant the whole names like that. So Rahu, obstructing the sun and moon, Rahu or Ketu attacks them on the full moon night. On the full moon night, he attacks the moon. On the dark moon daytime, he attacks the sun, and hence causes solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. When the Rahu or Ketu attacks the sun or moon by blocking sunlight or moonlight, all the devatas pray to Lord Vishnu. Then, so during that time, since he is blocking the sunlight or moonlight, we see the sunlight is gone, the moonlight is gone, we see some block thing is coming in between and then blocking the sunlight or moonlight during the eclipse time from the earth point of view. So hearing with all the devatas pray to Lord Vishnu, hearing of Rahu and Ketu's attack through the praying devatas, the Lord engages his dual Sudarshan Chakra to protect the sun and moon. Then immediately Sudarshan Chakra comes and close to Rahu, unable to tolerate the heat of Sudarshan Chakra, Rahu or Ketu, they slowly it goes away from the moon or sun, and slowly the eclipse will be released. The sun and moon will be visible again. So all these things will happen time. So in one Murta, the Rahu attack the sun, and in one Murta, the Devatas pray and Sudarshan Chakra come. In another Murta, the sun will leave. Like the 2 to 3 Murtas, the overall eclipse will be there in general. So like that. Seeing the intolerable heat of the Sudarshan Chakra rotating in front of him for 48 minutes, Rahu or Ketu, frightened and worried, flees to a distant place, leaving sun or moon away. People say this as eclipse. Uparagam vadanti. So this entire phenomena we observe as an eclipse, and we also follow some religious rules and regulations in order to observe the eclipse, etc. Because of their either precise or imprecise alignment, there are full or partial eclipses on these days. If you are exactly beneath the eclipse is happening, we will see full eclipse. If you are away here and there, and even Rahu, Ketu, Sun and Moon are also in the same line, so we'll have partial eclipse, may not be full eclipse. So this is about Rahu, who is situated 10,000 yojanas below the orbit of Sun. And as we go downward with respect to Rahu, another 10,000 yojanas, we see the abodes of Siddha, Charana, Vidyadharas. By birth, they are naturally endowed with mystic powers. They travel easily from one place to other place, even without airplanes. All other heavenly residents, they need airplanes to go from one place to other place. But the Siddhacharana Vidyadharas, they can go just by chanting mantras anywhere they want. So like that. As you go downward further and further with respect to Pushkara Deepa, a distance of 100 yojanas above from the surface of the Bhumandala is the abode of Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas and Yaksha, Rakshasas. Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas, they all reside just above 100 yojanas from the Bhumandala. So then, as you go further, Tado Adasta Chata Yojana is a Yojanantara Iyam Prithvi. So starting from the Yakshaloka, Rakshasaloka, if you go downward by a distance of 100 yojanas, we come to Bhumandala. So that is the understanding. So with respect to Bhumandala, the Yaksha, Rakshasas and Bhuta, Preta are located at of 100 yojanas. So 100 yojanas below Yakshaloka is the Bhumandala, whose upper limit extends, the Bhumandala's upper limit extends as high as swans, hawks, eagles, and similar large birds, which are the transformation of the earth, can fly. All the earthly beings, such as birds, can fly to that extent the Bhumandala, that much extent the ether belongs to Bhumandala, above which everything belongs to Bhuvarloka. So it's like that. Yavad damsha bhasha stena suparnadaya patatri pravaha utpatanti. So that area belongs to Bhumandala, and above which it all belongs to Bhuvarloka. Just like we have Pacific Ocean, but on the Indian eastern coast area, we say it is called Bay of Bengal. To some extent, it is all the Pacific Ocean belongs to India. After that, it is Pacific Ocean, it belongs to no one. So it is international property, something like that. But some portion which is on the bank of the Indian continent, Indian country, that we call it as Bay of Bengal, and that much area we can do whatever we want, fishing and boats and ports, all these things can be constructed in that area. That way. This is the upper limit of Bhurloka. This is the upper limit of Bhuloka, the Bhumandala, above which there is no more air. Yavad Vayu Pravati. That means the air which we are experiencing, it is only up to this point where the birds can fly. Above which there is air, but of different quality and different type, which is required for the Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka residents. They will have different type of air for their survival. So our air with which we are experiencing only will be there to the extent the atmosphere belongs to, the ether belongs to Bhuloka. That is the understanding. Above this, the Bhuvarloka Antariksha starts. So we have the moon. So starting from the moon to the surface of the Bhumandala, everything is Bhuvarloka. But Bhagavatam only talks about Rahu, Ketu, Siddhacharana Vidyadharas, Yakshrakshasas, Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas, and the Bhumandala. This only describes. But we have information from other Puranas that Gandharvas and Apsaras and Kinnaras, Kimpurushas are also staying in the Bhuvarloka. So they are located above sun and below moon. We don't have exact dimensions, but I have put them approximately. With respect to sun, about 1/3 is the Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, and 1/3 Gandharvas and Apsaras, another 1/3 the moon. So between that area, I just try to put them. Here you see. Here Rahu Ketu, Siddhacharana Vidyadharas, here Yaksharaksasas, Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas, here Gandharvas, Apsaras, and Kinnaras, Kimpurushas. So like that, these people are located in all these different places within the Bhuvarloka. So if you remember, in the 3rd canto, 10th chapter, as well as the 20th chapter, there is a mention of the creation of 8 category of devatas, 8 category of superhuman beings. So the 8 categories are like this. The first category is main devatas, consisting of Adityas, Vasu, Surudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and Agni Devatas, Maruts, etc. All these main devatas actually reside in the Swargaloka. That is starting from moon up to Dhruvaloka. That main area is all meant for the main devatas. Then the second category is Asuras, consisting of Daityas and Danavas, the children of Diti and Danu and the other associates. They all reside in the 7 lower planetary systems. And the remaining 6 category of superhuman beings, they are residing in the Bhuvarloka, whom we see here. So one group is Sadhyas and Pitrus, 1. Gandharvas, Apsara, 2nd group. Kinnaras, Kimpurusha, 3rd group. Siddhacharana, Vidyadharas, 4th group. Yaksha, Rakshasas, 5th group. And Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas, 6th group. All the 6 category of superhuman beings, Devata-like beings, they are staying in the Bhuvarloka. The main Devatas are staying in the Swargaloka, Asuras are staying in the Bilaswarga. The 7 Bilaswargas are here. They are all here. So this is how the 8 superhuman beings are residing in these different places. And all the great sages such as 4 Kumaras, Brahmas, Manasaputras, Narada Muni, and other sages, they all residing in the upper 4 planetary systems. Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. This is how the different places are categorized to different kinds of people. Apidaro, like that. Even the 20th chapter of the 3rd canto talks about the creation of the different variety of snakes and serpents, nagas, all these things. They also stay in one of the two of the 7 lower planetary systems. All the variety of nagas and serpents, they all stay in these lower planetary systems also. Because they are also like Asuras, very angry, very envious. So they also stay there.
In this picture, that Earth is being shown there. Is it above Siddhartha and Charanas or where it is?
Yeah, yes, Prabhu. In the universal point of view, it is above only. Because Bhumandala, Earth globe is somewhere close to Mount Meru, na? Because the Bhumandala is like the terra structure, na? Like this.
Correct.
See, with respect to this, you may say above. But with respect to the Bhumandala, they are above. Take the surface of the Bhumandala. With respect to that, you take. They are above only.
Understood.
So, okay. So that is all about what do you call this? Bhuvarloka. All these different people are residing in the Bhuvarloka. And the remaining chapter talks about the Bilaswargas, the 7 lower planetary systems which are located beneath the Mount Meru within the Bhumandala here. So there is a brief discussion about all those places. Beneath the earth, that means beneath the upper surface of the Bhumandala, that is, there are 7 other lokas. Avane rapi adastad sapta bhu bivara ekekeso yojanantantare nama ayama vistare nopala kalpata. Bhu vivara means in hollow cavities of the Bhumandala. Nether worlds, they are also called nether worlds, they are situated within the bowels of the Bhumandala, whose width and length are 10,000 yojanas, and they are located within an interval of 10,000 yojanas between them. They are known as Atalam, Vitalam, Sutalam, Talatalam, Mahatalam, Rasatalam, Patalam iti. The 7 lokas are with these 7 names. Their actual dimensions are, the length they have 10,000, width 10,000, height 10,000. And there is a gap of 500 yojanas between 2 subsequent lokas that we have already seen in the past in one of the slides. And these are the abodes of Daityas, Danavas, and Nagas, the descendants of Diti. Daityas are the descendants of Diti, Danavas are the descendants of Danu, Nagas are the descendants of Kadru, who are the 3 wives of Kashyapa Muni. Daitya Danava Kardaveya Grihapataya. So it's like that. Endowed with wealth, power, bliss, and sense enjoyment greater than the higher planets, these Asuras live in these 7 lower planetary systems. They have more wealth than the heavenly beings, more power, more bliss, more sense enjoyment than the Divyaswarga, Bhurloka and Swargaloka. Eteshu hi Bilaswargeshu Swargadapi Adhika Kama, Adhika Bhoga, Adhika Aishwarya, Adhika Ananda, Bhuta, Vibhutibi, Adhika Bhuti, Adhika Vibhuti, Samruddha, Bhavanodhyana, Krida, Vihareshu. They have Samruddhi is there, Bhavanas are there, Krida, Udyanavanas are there, Krida Vanas are there, Vihareshu, all these things are there. But they are completely immersed in illusory enjoyment, living in the fine houses, which are bedecked with gold, jewels, iron, all this, ivory, everything, with the desires more unimpeded than Swarga. The Devatas never wage war against Asuras in the Bila Swargas. But the Asuras keep waging war against the Devatas in Swarga. So the Devatas' enjoyment is always disturbed. They can't live peacefully for a long time. But Asuras, if they want, they can live long time for peace, with peace. No one will disturb them. So it is like that. Ishwaradapi apratihata kama maya vinoda nivasanti. So, being bewildered by Lord's Maya, they are simply immersed in Maya Vinoda, illusory enjoyment. And the architect of all the Asuras is Maya Danav. He constructed cities with finest houses for all the leaders of these 7 abodes. And the people living in the 7 abodes, they enjoy in beautiful gardens and lakes, surrounded by beauty of the trees and flower trees, fruit trees and flower trees, which are filled with sweet cries of birds. And they have no fear of death, because there is no fear of time. Because here we are getting sunlight day in, day out, and every passing day creates fear in our life that okay, so much time is passing, I have to become careful like that. But in the case of 7 lower planetary system, there is no such kind of thing, because the sunlight does not penetrate and go to the 7 lower planetary systems. They don't understand whether day is there, night is there. So things are beyond this thing. If they don't go to Svargaloka and middle with Devatas, by birth, their lifespan is equal to at least 1 Manvantara time period. They can live happily for 1 Manvantara time kala. But unfortunately, they can't stay peaceful. They always want fame, name, position, and they want to fight with the Devatas. So in the fight, they will be killed by the Devatas, or they will be killed by Sudarshana Chakra. Na bayam ahoratribi kala vibhager upalakshate. Because there is no kala vibhaga, so they don't have any fear of day and night, the passing of day and night. But how do they get brightness? They get light from the gems and the snake heads, and the gems bedecked on the walls drive away all the darkness. So like that. So on the other hand, by drinking elixirs, juices made of divine herbs, the inhabitants do not experience anxiety, disease, fall perspiration, fatigue, old age, wrinkles, gray hair, discoloration, lack of pressure, effects of aging due to effects of aging, which are caused by drinking, eating, and bathing. They don't have any apparent problems which we all go through here. No anxiety, no disease, no foul perspiration, no fatigue, no old age, no wrinkles, no gray hair, no discoloration, no lack of pleasure, no aging. As long as they live, they remain youthful only. So no, Janma is there, Mrityu is there. Jara Vyadhi, no, not there only. So it's like that. There is no fear of death except from Sudarshana Chakra. So these are some of their towns. They appear to be like this. So they attack Divya Sarga because these people have a lot of wealth, lot of opportunity for sense enjoyment, but they don't have the position like the Devatas have. Indra is sitting on the Swarga's throne, and Surya is in charge of the sun planet, and Chandra is in charge of the moon planet, and they have position, they have services, they have respect. So when we perform yajna, we say the mantra that idam Suryaya namaha, idam namama, but we don't say that idam Asuraya namaha, idam namama. That kind of worship is not there for them. That's why the Asuras always wage war against Devatas, and they also destroy the yajnas in which Devatas are worshipped, etc., etc. Where their worship is not done, they don't like that. Why would somebody else is worshipped? So
it means they don't involve in the universal management.
No. Why would they involve, Baba? They don't. We discussed, na, Divya Swarga is in the mode of goodness. They are using at least everything for the service of Supreme Lord, because they are the in charges. The Bhama Swarga they use for the service of the Lord as well as for their enjoyment. And Bila Swarga, everything is meant for their own enjoyment. God? What God? I am God. That is their concept. Ishwaroham Mahambogi Siddhoham Balavan Sukhi. 16th chapter, Devasura Sampati Vibhaga Yoga.
Yes.
So why would they? Normally they are not, but whenever they want to defeat Indra, when they defeat Indra, they do all the management for their own sense gratification. So like Ravana did, na? Those who do Papa, they'll go to heaven. Those who do Papa, they'll go to those who do Punya, they'll go to Naraka. Those who do Papa, they'll go to heaven. That kind of arrangement they make. So they encourage Papa.
Okay, thank you.
So it's like that.
Prabhuji, how do they get this much opulences, Prabhuji, despite being demons?
Austerity is in the mode of ignorance. Dana in the mode of ignorance. Yajna in the mode of ignorance. Bhagavad Gita chapter 17.
Oh.
Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yoga. सब कुछ है प्रभु जी भगवत गीता में। यज्ञ दान तप करने का ना, अभी मोड ऑफ गुडनेस में करेगा तो स्वर्ग में जाएगा, मोड ऑफ पैशन में करेगा तो भूलोक में रहेगा, मोड ऑफ इग्नोरेंस में करेगा तो असुरलोक जाएगा। बिकॉज कर रहे तो यज्ञ दान तपा है, बट इन मोड ऑफ इग्नोरेंस में कर रहे तो जाएगा, जहां पे मोड ऑफ इग्नोरेंस लोग हैं वहां पे जाएगा। सो इट्स लाइक दैट। So now there is a brief description of all these 7 lokas which are located one below the other. The first one is called Atala. Atala, the ruler of Atala is Bala, who is the son of Mayadanava. Just like Mayadanava is expert as mystic powers, he is also the architect. Similarly, Bala is also expert at so many mystic powers. He had created 96 special kind of mystic powers. So just by earning, this is one of the 96. Just by earning, he created 3 kinds of women so that they can enjoy unlimitedly. So one category are called Swairani, those women who enjoy in their own caste. Kamini, those who enjoy outside their caste. Humshali, those who are very fickle in enjoying. They have no restrictions. Iske saath bhi. So like that. So the explained example is given. So Bala created these women so that they can have nice enjoyment. And these women also on their own, whenever a new man enters into their place in this Atala Loka, or even within the all the asuras who are there in this Atala Loka also, if somebody, some other person, some asura here and there, if they happen to come to their home, they induce him to drink hataka, to enjoy with him by embrace, talking, attractive smiles, and playful glances. But after drinking that beverage, that person thinks that he feels as strong as 10,000 elephants, and he says, I am God, I am perfect, I am the enjoyer. So all you women are meant for enjoyment. Actually, the women want to enjoy him, that's why they fed him that beverage. After drinking that, he thinks that he is the enjoyer and they are meant for his enjoyment. So both of them are enjoying each other. So this is how the Bilaswargas are moving on. This is an example of how the enjoyment is going on in the 7 lower planetary systems. The second one is Vitala. Vitala Loka is the residence of one of the 11 Rudras. Here he resides along with his wife Gauri or Bhavani, surrounded by their personal associates. Who are the personal associates? Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas. They are all residing along with Lord Shiva and Gauri in this Vitala Loka. He is one of the 11 Rudras. He is the 4th one. As of now, we discussed about 4. And by the mixture of their vital fluid, they create Hataki river. So it's basically when they engage in union, when the semen comes out, that semen eventually transforms itself into a huge river. And that river is, when that river is heated by Agni and hardened by Vayu, it produces Hataka gold. Eventually that is worn by all the ladies and the gents who are living in this Vitala Loka. They have gold abundantly everywhere. Hataki nama bhavayor virena yatra chitrabanur matarishvana samidyamana ojasi pibanti tan nistutam hatakakyam suvarnam bhushanena. So it's like that. Bhavayor viryena, that virya converts into gold. A river, when the river is heated by Agni and hardened by Vayu, it transforms into gold. They use that gold in the form of Abhushan. So that is about Atala and Vitala. The third one is Sutala. Sutala is also the abode of all the Rakshas, Asuras. Different Asuras stay here. So in this Sutala, Lord Vamana requested Vishwakarma to construct a special palace for Bali Maharaja in the corner, in one corner. So he told Bali Maharaj, so my dear Bali, for this Manvantara, I made Purandara the Indra. If at all you want to become Indra, you become Indra next Manvantara. This Manvantara, you cannot continue as Indra. So till then you stay there in somewhere, a different place. And I myself guard your palace so that the Asuras will not come and disturb your consciousness again and again, instigating you that, okay, Swarga belongs to you, please wage war against Indra. Not like that. I myself will stand at the doorstep so that no Asuras will come into your palace. So like that. So then when Bali Maharaj said that I will be alone, then he told Prahlad also, Prahlad Maharaj, you also stay here and give your association. So Bali Maharaj staying in Sutraloka, Prahlad Maharaj staying in Harivarsha. So once in a while, Prahlad Maharaj goes to Sutraloka and spends some time with his grandson and gives him association and comes back. So there, Bali Maharaj currently living and he worshipping Lord Vamana with fearless heart and complete devotion. Resides here with greater opulence than that of Indra, in a place especially created by Vishwakarma by the order of Lord Vamana. And rest of the area is all inhabited by Daityas and Danavas. It's like that. So that the Daityas and Danavas do not disturb Bali Maharaj. Lord Vamana personally guarding as the gatekeeper. So this is the overall understanding. That is about Sutraloka. As we go downward, there comes the fourth one. It is called Talatala. It is ruled by Maya. Maya Danava personally resides here. He is the king of this Talatala Loka. So he helped one Asura known as Tripura Asura. He created 3 cities, I think made up of gold, silver, and iron or something like that. Whoever stands in that cities, he becomes invisible. So becoming invisible, they are throwing arrows at Devatas. So Devatas worship Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma prayed Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva came and tried to fight with them. So Lord Shiva also not able to do much. He prayed to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu gave him a bow and 3 arrows. So using those 3 arrows, Lord Shiva destroyed the 3 aerial ships. So then all the asuras also died. Then Lord Shiva wanted to kill this Mayadanava. So Mayadanava, he himself came and fell flat at the feet of Lord Shiva. Please forgive me, I will not do such kind of things afterwards. But before that anyway, Lord Shiva killed Tripurasura, the Asura who wanted these cities. So Lord Shiva killed him. But before he could kill Mayadanava, Mayadanava fell flat and begged forgiveness from Lord Shiva and eventually became devotee of Lord Shiva. And he is living in this Talatala Loka without fear of Sudarshan weapon. Because he already saved by Arjuna once, he is again saved by Lord Shiva once, or he was saved by Lord Shiva once, again saved by Arjuna. So with peaceful heart, he is living here worshipping Lord Shiva without fear of Lord Sudarshan Chakra. So in that way. So, and he is the leader of the people living in this Talatala Loka. This is the 4th one. As we go downward, there comes the 5th one, Mahatala Loka. Mahatala is the abode of many hooded snakes, the descendants of Kadru. Their names are mentioned as Kuhaka, Takshaka, Kaliya, and Sushena. The original residence of Kaliya is this Mahatala Loka, seems to be. By birth, they are all controlled by anger. They are angry animals. They are addicted to material enjoyment. And they are completely bewildered under illusion. And they enjoy themselves among themselves. And they constantly live in fear of Garuda. Just like Asuras have fear of Sudarshan Chakra, and the snakes have the fear of Garuda, because there is enmity between Garuda and the snakes. So in that way. And then we go downward, there comes the Rasatala, which is the main abode of the Asuras. Rasatala is the actual abode of the principal Asuras. The Panis, the descendants of Dinti and Danu, actually reside in this Rasatala Loka. Even Nivatakavachas, Kalayas, Hiranyapuravasis, they also reside in this Rasatala Loka. They are by birth, they are the enemies of the Devatas. They reside in holes like the snakes. From birth, they are extremely powerful and extremely cruel. They live out of fear of Sudarshan Chakra. They are not afraid of Indra, but they are afraid of Sudarshan Chakra. Whenever they are completely afraid, they hide themselves. So that is about Rasatala. Even many times in the Bhagavatam also, Raso Kamshi, Rasatalam, that word comes many times. Asuras are identified with the Rasatala because that is their main residence. Remaining all also residences, but they are subsidiary residences. The main residence of the main Asuras is Rasatala Loka. Then finally there comes Patala Loka, the 7th one, which is the abode of different Nagas. The Mahatala Loka is many hooded serpents. It is the abode of the many hooded serpents. So Mahatala, many heads. And Patala is Nagas. Shanka, Kulika, Mahashanka, Shweta, Drashtra, Shankachuda, Kambala, Ashvatara, Devadatta, all these people are residing here. The leader is Vasuki, who was used in Samudramanthan. Very envious. They also have many hoods with shining jewels, 5, 7, 10, 100, 1,000. They light up the darkness of the entire caves of Patala. So like that. These are the different details that are mentioned in relation to these 7 lower planetary systems. Here, their dimensions are mentioned. Each 10,000 Yojanas down below. But anyway, we have the figure. We have seen the before also. Here also you can see. And here are the location of the 28 hellish planetary systems. Shesha is holding the entire Bhumandala. So this is about the Bilasvarga, 7 lower planetary systems. In the next 2 chapters, there is a discussion about these 2, Shesha and Narakaloka. So it's like that.
Below the earthly planetary system are 7 subterranean realms named Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala, which do not receive sunlight and which are inhabited primarily by demoniac living entities. To reach the first one must go 80,000 miles downward through underground tunnels. At successive depths of 80,000 miles are the remaining 6 netherworlds, all of which are fully developed underground civilizations. In the 4th level downward, Talatala Loka, lives the magical architect Maya Danava, who has designed many brilliantly decorated cities where proud materialists reside. Below the netherworlds are the 28 hellish planetary systems. The demigod of justice, Yamaraj, judges the unrighteous human beings after their deaths and sends them to one of these planets. There, errant souls are administered appropriate punitive measures corresponding to their misdeeds. The earthly and subterranean planetary systems rest upon one of the hoods of the gigantic divine serpent, Shesha. Shesha in turn is held up by the colossal transcendental tortoise, Kurma. And Kurma resides in the ocean that fills half the universe.
So in summary, so here is the list of 14 planetary systems, who is staying where, etc. Satyaloka is the abode of Lord Brahma. The Vedas personified also stays there. The perfected Jnanis, perfected yogis following the path of light in Devayana, they come here. The perfected Naishtika Brahmacharis also, they are promoted to Satyaloka. Tapaloka is the abode of the great sages led by 4 Kumaras. The perfected Jnanis and perfected yogis also come here on their way to Brahman. They come here and stay here till the end of the day of Brahma. Janaloka is also the abode of the great sages led by Bhrigu. The perfected Jnanis and perfected yogis following the path of light, they come here and stay till the end of the day of Brahma. Maharloka is the abode of the great sages led by Atri, Pulasya, Puloha, etc. Perfected Jnanis, perfected yogis also come here. Even the perfected Vanaprasthas also come here and stay there. And then Swargaloka, the main devatas, 12 Adityas, 11 Rudras, 8 Vasus, 2 Ashwins, 14 Marus, 14 Agnis, they all stay here. The perfected Guras, those who practice Nishkama Karma Yoga or Sakama Karma Yoga properly, they'll be promoted to Devaloka, either following the path of darkness, Piturayana. They come here and spend some time and they go back. The Bhuvarloka, the Sadhyas and Pitrus live in the moon, which is called Pitruloka. They come to moon by following the path of darkness, Piturayana. The Gandharvas, Apsaras, Kinnaras, Kimpurusha, Siddha, Charna, Vidyadharas, they attains them by following the path of darkness, Piturayana. So anybody, I mean, these are all living here. Even others who practices a certain kind of sadhana, even they also come to this Bhuvarloka, all these places, by following the Piturayana. Even the same Bhuvarloka also. So these places are called part of Divyasvarga. They are in the mode of goodness. But in this Bhuvarloka, the lower portions are the abodes of Rahu, Ketu, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas. These places are in the mode of ignorance. And then as you go downward, there is Bhuloka. In that there are 2 sections, Bharatavarsha, where human beings and other lower beings that assist the human beings are residing in Bharatavarsha. And rest of the Bhumandala is Bhaumasvarga. Devata-like beings, descending from the Divya Swarga and on their way to Bharatavarsha appear here, and they are in the mode of passion. This entire area is in the mode of passion prominently. And Bila Swargas, the 7 lower planetary systems, are prominently in the mode of ignorance. Atala, Sutala, Talatala, and Rasatala are the abodes of Asuras, descendants of Diti and Danu. Mahatala and Patala are the abodes of descendants of Kadru, the Nagas and serpents. Vitala Loka is the abode of Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhuta Preta Pishashas, associates of Lord Shiva. 3 category of beings are residing in the Bilaswargas. Final Naraka Loka, where the sinful human beings brought after death for punishment, which is at a distance of 9,000 yojanas from Bharatavarsha or Bharatakanda. So this is the quick summary of who are staying where, what kind of people are living where, and how they go there, etc. What makes them to go there, etc. Then comes the 25th chapter, Lord Ananta. But before that, quickly, if any couple of questions are there based on this 24th chapter, Bhuvar Loka and Sarga Loka, we briefly take Bhuvar Loka and Bilaswarga.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This in the Bhuvar Loka, Yaksha, Rakshasas, Bhuta, Preta, they are supposed in the mode of ignorance. So how they are in the Bhuvar Loka? They should be in the like less in the Bilaswarga, that ignorance area.
Yes, they should be here only, but I don't know. They are also here. Lord might be having some plan for them. Lord kept them there.
Okay. Yes.
In fact, these people are here also, there also, you see. Yaksha, Rakshasa, Bhuta, Preta, here also they are there. And here also, Vitara Loka also they are there.
And you were mentioning that how they are considered superhuman beings.
They have more power.
Okay.
More energy, more strength, more opulences. Everything is more. They are superpower.
Intelligence also they have more.
Ah, yes.
One question I want to ask.
Yes.
This Bhur Loka, or where we stay, is in between Bhuvar Loka and Bilaswarga. So the people are residing in Bhuvar Loka and this Bilaswarga, they are more powerful than us. So can these people also come on Varsha occasionally like that?
Yeah, can come. Why not? Why occasionally? Always they come and go. Even now also, that's what Srila Prabhupada says, that whenever the symptoms, the atmosphere goes very in worst condition, that indicates that some asura is taking birth around. Whenever there are some bad omens are there, that indicate that some asura is taking birth somewhere.
But like taking birth is one thing, like the purpose is some star is falling, then it is like some yaksha or someone is taking birth. So one is taking
that
birth.
I don't know, Prabhuji, that I don't know. But they can come. They can come sometime and go, and it's okay.
I mean, they don't have to take birth, the new birth. They can just come in their body as it is and go also.
Yes, yes. They can come as it is, and they may be invisible. If they want to become invisible, they may take somebody else's form, some like human being form, and they move around and then go back. It's okay.
So, but Prabhuji, for devotees, can they trouble the devotees, or depends on devotees karma, or like normal people also?
See, that and all I don't know, Prabhuji. See, we are not discussing about what they will do, why they will do and all. अभी क्या करेगा? हमारा कर्म में लिखा हो तो कोई भी ट्रबल करेगा, उसमें क्या?
Yes, devotee also can trouble. Yes, but just want to know that.
Prabhuji, this eclipse is happening because of Rahu and Ketu both together, or sometimes Rahu and sometimes Ketu?
Yeah, one eclipse caused by Rahu, other next eclipse after 6 months it will be caused by Ketu. They keep sharing. There is a detailed
both solar and lunar eclipse, some first like in alternate times they do.
Yeah, every 6 months we have an eclipse. For example, now if in March, if the eclipse is caused by Rahu, solar eclipse, a March plus 6 months, August, September में दूसरा eclipse होगा, that will be by Ketu. It's like that, alternate.
And sometimes the description is also given, I don't know where it is given, but sometimes people say like that, Ricky, when the Mohini Murthy cut that person, right? So then the head part became one, and the remaining part became, one became Rahu and the other became Ketu. Like it also
No, not like that. The Bhagavatam only talks about Rahu coming in between Soma and Surya. But Vishnu Purana says that both brothers, they sat in between Surya and Chandra, they drank nectar. So Ketu drank nectar and nectar went into abdomen. Rahu was drinking nectar, still in the mouth. Then Surya Chandra identified them as Asuras, and Mohini Murthy calling Sudarshan Chakra cut off their necks. So Ketu body has a nectar, head fell off and burned to ashes. Rahu head के अंदर nectar था, so उनका body fell off and burned to ashes. Then what to do? Lord Brahma told, okay, take the snake, cut it into 2 pieces and join. They cut the snake's head to Ketu, snake body to Rahu's head. So that's how they are.
Yes, in the astrology also they show this, correct? I have same doubt. Proji, and one more question. This regarding Ketu, now it is mentioned that there are 100 Ketus. So Rahu, we can understand one head is there and one Asura is there. But when the eclipse happens and there are this 100 Ketus, they attack together, or it is one?
No, not 100. See, there are 100 brothers, but of the 100, one would be eldest one, na? Like 100 Kauravas में कौन है मैं सबसे पहलवान?
हाँ, दुर्योधन. So let that one leader.
वैसे एक केतु आगे बढ़ गया राहु के साथ. राहु का छोटा भाई मतलब राहु का बहुत क्लोज. So he is their leader. 100 केतु का लीडर है वो केतु. तो उनका शरीर में ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो गया, बाकी सब लोग उनके साथ रहते हैं वही प्लैनेट में, तो उनका कुछ नहीं हुआ. So like that.
Prabhuji, what is this path of darkness Pitrayan? Following
प्रभुजी भगवद गीता चैप्टर 8. बाप रे बाप, भक्ति शास्त्री हो गया है अभी. भक्ति योग कर रहे हैं. दैट टू 5th कैंटो हो गया, अभी 6th कैंटो में प्रवेश कर रहे हैं. एक आधा 6 महीने में भक्ति योग शास्त्री को मिलेगा.
Remember, yes.
पाथ ऑफ डार्कनेस.
Yes.
आज शुक्ला षण्मासा उत्तरायणम.
Leaving the body, yes, in a particular. Yeah.
The people who practice Nishkama Karma Yoga and eventually Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga by raising prana from Mooladhara Chakra to Brahmanandra, if they don't have any desire to see what is there in the entire rest of the universe, they immediately go to Brahman. But those people who have desire to see what is there in the entire universe, they pass through all the lokas. So before entering into Brahman, they just want to have a visit to all the places. And the way they spend some time here, Mahar Loka, sometimes Jana Loka, sometimes Tapaloka, sometimes Satyaloka. If they want, they can go immediately. Or if they want to stay for some time in Satyaloka, they can stay till the end of the day of Brahma, then they enter into Brahman. That is path of light, going to Brahman, attaining Sahajya Mukti. And path of darkness is for Sakama Karma Yogis. So they follow so many rituals, Chandran Vrata, this Vrata, that Vrata, and leaving their body during Dakshinayana time and Krishna Paksha or night time, all these things. They'll go to either Pitraloka or Sargaloka, basically Borloka or Sargaloka. They enjoy their as long as their piety allows, and they come back. How will they come back? I will go there. You again read chapter 8, text number 3, which talks about karma. Kima karma, kimadhyatnam, kimadi devam, adi yajna katam. That Arjuna asked the question, na? Uska answer is Krishna. So that karma answer, Prabhupada talks about from an Upanishad, this Pancha Yajna. So that is there. That is also mentioned there. Yaad karo thoda.
Yes.
Paruji, just wanted to mention that that during Ketu you mentioned the network went off. So that last point I just missed.
So Ketu drank nectar, so his body remained alive because the nectar is there. Head burned to ashes. Rahu was drinking nectar, so when Mohinamurti cut off their neck, the head remained alive. Body was burned to ashes. So by Brahmaji's order, the sages cut a snake into 2 parts. The snake's head is added to the Ketu's body. The snake body added to the Rahu's head. So that's how they again resumed their, just like Daksha was added to goat head.
So like, the last part 100, you were saying that out of 100, one will come with Rahu. And
somebody asked whether all the 100 together how it is. I said of the 100, one among them went along with Rahu and sat in between Surya and Chandra to drink nectar out of greed. So remaining 19, they are okay. They are as it is. But their leader, Duryodhan Jaisa leader, so unka transformation ho gaya.
So during eclipse, the leader comes for doing eclipse, or it is not mentioned like anything?
Please, I mean, don't say like that. They are all become the leader of a planet. The planet comes in between. There is a Rahu Graha also. So Graha ka Raja hai. Unko Graha ka Raja ban gaya.
Yes.
So Raju unka hai to, abhi dekho, India is fighting with Pakistan. Means what?
Means the soldiers are fasting, but
not soldiers. Soldiers are fighting under the order of the leader.
Prime Minister, yes.
Leader तो एक ही आदमी रहेगा ना. वो आदमी के इच्छा अनुसार देश काम करेगा.
Yes,
so वैसा ही है. राहु तो राजा था, उनके इच्छा अनुसार ग्रह काम करेगा.
Yes, and it is planet which is coming in between, correct?
In the Madhvas, they also say that there's just like the solar eclipse, or during the eclipses, we're not supposed to look there. So same way in the Madhvas, they also have this conception I heard that one should not look at the moon directly.
Always or during eclipse?
Always. Never look at the moon directly.
Maybe, I don't know, Prabhuji, because moon might influence our mind. That could be one of the reason. The moon is the representative of the mind. No? That's why, especially we should not sleep. I heard why since childhood. And the Amavasya and Paurnami, those 2 days, we should not sleep outside. Because in the village, during summer, starting from April, March, April, May, June, the 4 months, we used to sleep on the terrace only, the 4 months. So they would say that, okay, you can sleep all other days, but not on the Paurnami or Amavasya. We should not be exposed to moon on those days. Not good. Like that they say. But all other days, maybe, I don't know. Maybe true.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, ये जो नागलोक बोलते हैं ये नागलोक where actually
ये दोनों नागलोक है. ये दोनों महातला and पाताला. Generally पाताला is called नागलोका.
Okay. तो भीम को जब पॉइजन खिलाया गया था तो
भीम went to पाताला. He went to पाताला.
Okay, okay, ठीक है.
Okay.
Prabhuji, this Shankachuda residing at the Patala is the same who came in the Krishna Lila.
No, Krishna Lila Shankachuda was a demon, Asura. Here Shankachuda is a snake.
Okay, this is different.
ये snake है. उसमें एक नेम थे धृतराष्ट्र भी था.
धृतराष्ट्र देवदत्ता.
हाँ, वो ये सब snakes है. ये असुरा snake.
Okay, because Shankachuda also had jewel, no? So I was thinking.
Yeah. One Mataji is asking question in the chat box. Devotees who surrender to Lord Krishna, still all these planets have good and bad effect on them. I am sorry, Mataji, I don't know. You need to ask some astrologer. They will tell how they influence common people, how they influence devotees, how they influence so-called devotees. Everything they will be able to give us the answer. I don't know anything.
Prabhuji, who goes to Bilva Swarga?
Who goes to Bilaswarga?
Yes, how?
Those who perform Yajna Dana Tapa in the mode of ignorance. Bhagavad Gita chapter 17. Whoever want to go there, they will go there. Who goes to Golak Vrindavan?
Want to worship Krishna.
No. Whoever practices bhakti with a desire to go to Golak Vrindavan only will go to Golak Vrindavan. Not just by worshipping Krishna. Okay? जब तक आपका इच्छा नहीं तब तक वो रिजल्ट नहीं मिलेगा. इच्छा के अनुसार होता है जो भी है.
In passion and ignorance, people do all these austerities for their personal aggrandizement, enjoyment, respect, fame.
But ultimately, one destiny will come, na Prabhuji. Urdhvam gachan sattva madhya tishtanti rajasa jaganna gunotitha ajo gatan tamasa. वो तो है ना, वो ultimate result है ना.
Right.
वो होगा ही. Basically, the simple answer is whoever wants to go there, they will go. But not just by wanting, but whoever performs sadhana accordingly, whatever is required, that sadhana takes them there, they will go there. वो तो है, हर चीज के लिए साधना चाहिए. अभी if a student want to become engineer, they have to study for 15 years.
And how do they die, Prabhuji? Like, what is their process of death? Apart from Sudarshan Chakra, Prabhuji, how do they die? They become old?
When they fight with...
is only way, Prabhuji, like fighting?
Fighting is untimely death. Jaldi ho jata hai. If they are unnecessarily trouble devatas or sages, Sudarshan Chakra will come and kill them. Or timely death is Manvantar Kal ke baad. Manvantar ke baad हो जाएगा उनका मृत्यु. और प्रलय आ जाएगा और कुछ तो कोई ना कोई रीजन से हो जाएगा मृत्यु समय के बाद.
So Prabhuji, these all positions which are given, this is based on desire. So we can understand how desire is so powerful factor for this destination deciding.
इच्छा द्वेष समुत्तेन द्वंद्व मोहेन भारत. बस उतना ही है और कुछ नहीं. इच्छा द्वेष दोनों ही.
And by Icha, he'll do the austerity or the tapasya required for going through what is needed for fulfilling the Icha.
Yes. बस उतना ही.
Yes.
After death, these below Sarga people, where do they go?
उनका कर्म के अनुसार wherever they are supposed to go, they will go there. How do I know, Prabhuji?
Correct.
See, I am not Brahma, I am not. Hare Krishna, Dandavat.
And Prabhuji,
Daityas are sons of Diti. Therefore, they are called Daityas. Danavas means son
Obviously,
of Dana.
Tika sam Daitya, Danuka Putu Danavas, Kadruka Putu Kardavayas.
Okay, they are Nagas.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. And
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji, this Ravana and Hiranyakasipu who were there, like they were first situated in the lower planets, and then they had to go and conquer the heavenly planet. They did like that. Anywhere it's mentioned because they are demons, no?
Yes, perfect.
So where they were residing, Prabhuji, exactly?
See, they were born in Svargaloka only. They conquered Devadas Svargaloka only. When Hiranyakashipu was going on world match, the conquering march, not match, conquering the world conquest. So he saw Lord Varaha lifting the Bhumandala. वहां पे बोलते हैं भूमंडल हमारा है, because रसातला belongs to us. हमारा घर को क्यों लेके जा रहे इधर? आपको लेना है तो मुझे से युद्ध करो, बाद में लेके जाओ. So it's like that. They were born in heaven, but ultimately, eventually, when Bhumandal was lifted, their family members and all, they went back to Rasatara Loka.
Shifted.
वो उनका परमानेंट घर है. हरे कृष्णा, चलो चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं हम, बहुत टाइम हो गया. अभी आपका प्रश्न है, कुछ एंड नहीं.
and Prabhuji, these demons will be fighting amongst themselves also, no? In Billu Sarga. So how they are living peacefully means?
Prabhuji, why they would fight among themselves? अपना इच्छा पूरा होते समय अभी अपना अपना एंजॉय करते रहेंगे ना. अभी क्या फाइट, क्या चलता रहेगा. So quickly, we have 20 more minutes only. We'll try to do justice to the next topic. Lord Ananta, the holder of the Bhumandala, not the universe, is an expansion of the Supreme Lord, Kala Bhagavata. Is Kala. We have the concept of Hamsha Kala. In the first canto, you must have read. Is a Kala. Kala means Shakti Avesh Avatar. The Vishnu Tattvas are called Amshas. The Shakti Avesh Tattvas are called Kala. And all the Devatas are called Vibhutis. So it's that is the gradation. So Shakti Avesh Avatar is empowered with Bhudharana Shakti. Bhumandal ka dharan karne ke liye Shakti hai unke paas. He is the eldest son of Kashyapa and Kadru. He is also called Tamasi because he is the source of Rudra, the destroyer. Because he is the supervisor of destruction in activity of Tamas, but he is not the form composer of Tamas. See here, though in this chapter, according to the current situation, we generally say that Shakti Avesh Avatar is the son of Kadru and Kashyapa. But this chapter glorifies the empowerment, the source. He is empowered by Lord Sankarshana. So this chapter glorifies Lord Sankarshana or Lord Sankarshana's empowerment, not the Jiva Tattva with the son of Kashyapa and Kadru. Like that we have to see. So that empowered source, that empowerment source is called Tamasi, from whom comes the Rudra. So it is like that. He is also called Sankarshana because he attracts the enjoyer and the object of enjoyed, object to be enjoyed. Because he draws together the enjoyer and the object to be enjoyed, characterized by the concept of I and mine. If he is also the present deity of Ahankara, if at all one want to be purified of Ahamameti, the false egoism, they are recommended to worship Lord Sankarshana. So in that way. So many people consider the bed of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu to be Lord Sankarshana, Ananta, the holder of the universe, this, that, so many think that. But both are different. The Sankarshana whom we are discussing in this chapter is nothing to do. He is not Vishnu Tattva. He is not Vishnu Tattva always. But sometimes, generally, he is Vishnu Tattva, but generally a Jiva Tattva, Shakti Avesh Avatar. Whenever there is no qualified Jiva to do the service, so Lord may expand further and to do the service. But certainly, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's bed, Ananta, will not do this seva. He has nothing to do with seva. He only has one seva. Whenever Lord comes, he appears and assists Lord's pastimes as Balramji, as Lakshman, as Ananta Shesha. It's like that. So he is called Tamasi. He is the source of Rudra, the destroyer, because in each creation, the living entities are given a chance to close their business as conditioned souls. When they misuse this opportunity and do not go back home back to Godhead, Lord Sankarshana becomes angry. Then as he desires to destroy the entire creation, from between his two eyebrows appears three-eyed Rudra, composed of anger with 11 expansions, carrying a raised trident. So Lord Sankarshana holding the Bhumandala, hoping that you Bharatavarsha people take up bhakti and practice bhakti and go back to Godhead. But unfortunately, we don't want to go back to Godhead. We continue life after life trying to enjoy in this material world. He waits till the evening of the Brahma's day. Then he becomes very angry. From that anger, from his Bhukuti comes 3, 8, 11 Rudras. The 11 Rudras open their third eye. That fire burns. Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Swargaloka, Bilaswargas, everything is burnt by the fire coming out of the 11 Rudras who appeared from the Bhukuti of Lord Ananta. Because he was holding and giving us support for so long and we are not taking sincerely. He is simply toiling hard and we are enjoying in ignorance. So he becomes so angry. He destroys everyone. So that's why he is called Tamasi. He is the holder of the Bhumandala, holder of the earth, which is called Kshiti Mandalam. And one of his 1,000 hoods, like the white mustard seed. Yaste idam Kshiti Mandalam Bhagavato Ananta Murte Sahastra Shirsha Ekasmin Eva Shirshni Diyamanam Siddhartha Eva Lakshate. Situated below the lower planets, that means below Patala, he easily supports the entire Bhumandala for its continued existence, that means throughout the day of Brahma, so that it does not sink into Garbhodaka ocean. That was the purpose. Mule Rasaya Sita Atma Tantro Yoli Layakshimam Chitaye Bibarti. He is situated below Rasatala Loka, that means below Patala Loka, and keeping the Bhumandala on his head, and as a Leela is carrying it till the end of the day of Brahma. Thus, he is also known as Sarvaloka Durandara. Since the Lord is unlimited, who even with 1,000 tongues can count the powers of the great Lord known as Ananta. Lord Ananta with 1,000 heads placed on just one of his heads, the small particle known as the Bhumandala or Bhugolam, with its mountains, rivers, oceans and all living beings. Murdni Arpitam Anuvat Sastra Murdno Bhugolam Sa Giri Sari Samudra Tattvam. So it's like that. The Bhugolam means the Bhumandala along with the mountains, oceans, rivers, oceans and all the living entities kept on one of his 1,000 hoods. And he feels it to be Anu only, like a Paramanu. He does not feel so much weight is there on his hood like that. So our ISKCON, since Prabhupada translated in all these places, that Lord Shesha holding the entire universe on his hood. So taking that translations, our ISKCON devotees have painted like this. That Lord Shesha is below and is holding the entire Brahmanda on his hood. But this is this needs to be corrected. This is not like that. All the Brahmandas are actually floating in Karmadaka ocean. The Shesha is inside the Bhumandala, either inside the Brahmanda and holding the Bhumandala. That is the correct understanding. So some people put it like this. This is the Bhumandala, these are 11 planetary systems. And below that Garbhodaka ocean is there, and Garbhodaka Vishnu is there. And Garbhodaka Vishnu Shesha holding the Bhumandala. This is also wrong. So here are the 5 references in the Bhagavatam, as far as my knowledge goes. In every shloka, there is a mention of Kshiti Mandalam, Bhumandalam, etc. But in every translation, Prabhupada says universe. Here we have seen that Kshiti Mandalam. We have also seen Bhugolam, Sagiri, Sari Samrutattam, Mule Rasaya, this also we have seen. This is from the 17th chapter, where Lord Shiva, one of the 11 Rudras, living in 11th Varsha, offering praise to Lord Sankarshana. He says that, Naveda Siddhartha Meva Kvachit Sitam Bhugumandalam Murda Sahasradamshu. He kept Bhumandala on one of his 1,000 hoods. This is in the 6th canto, 16th chapter, where Chitraketu Maharaj, after having darshan of Lord Sankarshana, he offers prayers, in which he says, Bhumandalam sar sapayanti yasya murdni tasmai namo bhagavatestu sahasra murdna. So Lord Shesha keeps the Bhumandala on his hood and he feels it as sar sapayanti. Sarso tel we use now in the winter. So that is like mustard seed. He feels the Bhumandala to be like a mustard seed. But what about the universe? One from 2nd canto, one from 3rd canto, it says that Varshapuga Sahasravanti Tadandam Udakeshayam. The entire Brahmanda is taking rest on the Karna ocean. Hiranmaya Sa Purusha Sahasra Parivastaran Andakosha Upavapsu. The entire movement, the entire universe covered by 7 universal layers, it is situated above water. Upava Apsu. Uvasa Apsu. So it's like that. Sarva Sattva Brahmita. So that 2nd and 3rd cantos where Srishtila is explained, in the both the places it says that all the Brahmandas are floating in the Karna ocean. Shesha is not required to hold them. Shesha is required inside the Brahmanda to hold the Bhumandala so that Bhumandala does not sink into Garbhodaka ocean. So like that. This is the entire Bhumandala. These are the 7 lower planet systems. This is Shesha holding the Bhumandala. And this Shesha only spoke the entire Bhagavatam to 4 Kumaras, which is mentioned in the 3rd canto 8th chapter. So this is from Canto 5, Chapter 17, where Lord Shiva praying to Lord Sankarsana. So Bhumandala Murdhas Damsu. He says that in the Parapad, Chakratva says that he is called unlimited Ananta of his knowledge, because of his knowledge of the Tattvas. He does not know the Bhumandala, which is situated somewhere on one of his hoods, because he is situated below the Bhumandala, measuring 493.4 million yojanas. This is Chakravartipad rating. So according to Shri Chakravarti, the Bhumandala diameter is this much, as we saw in the past in one of the classes. On his hoods, and his hoods are not wide enough to hold it. Shesha is in the middle. So niche kidhar to hai. So but Bhumandala is very big, about 493.6 million yojanas. But Shesha is small. So apparently it seems that Bhumandala is big. He cannot hold the bigger Bhumandala and his hoods, and we cannot say that the Bhumandala appears to be like a Paramanu, appears to be like a mustard seed. Kya bol rahe hain? Karke hum soch sakte. But Chakravarti said that, however, persons, if at all you want to know what exactly happening, go there. Having gone there, you can see that by Lord's inconceivable energy, Lord's hoods become unlimited in dimension, and thus the Bhumandala becomes like a mustard seed. Actually, Lord expands so much, the bigger Bhumandala 500 million yojanas appears to be like a mustard seed or Paramanu. This is actual, not an illusion. This is an example of his astonishing unlimited nature just mentioned, Ananta. So it's like that. This is how Acharyas explain the meaning of Ananta, or the meaning of Anuvata, Siddharthavat, etc. So here, how and when this Shesha, the son of Kashyapa and Kadru, became the in charge of holding the Bhumandala, this is said in the Mahabharata. So Mahabharata batate hai, looking at the enmity between Garuda and other snakes, the eldest son of Kadru felt very bad. Ek aise ho raha hai, acha nahi. I want to be friendly with all my co-brothers. So he went and performed austerities to please Brahma. Brahma appeared. So Brahma asked, please ask me what benediction you want. Shesha said, my dear sir, I just want to be having a friendly disposition to all my co-brothers, who are the sons of all my stepmothers. So Brahma said, okay, very nice. He said, I also want to serve you some way. He said, okay, please go down below the Bhumandala and hold the Bhumandala, because currently Kurma only holding the Bhumandala. So after Lord Varaha lifted the Bhumandala, by the request of the sages and Devatas, Lord Varaha transformed himself into Kurma and holding the Bhumandala on his back. So now Brahma is saying that, okay, please, you go and assist Kurma Dev. Akela uda rahe, so aap bhi madad karo thoda sa. Then Kurma went down to, Shesha went down to hold the Bhumandala on his hoods. So this is mentioned in the Mahabharata, in that section. So, yeah, this is from Mahabharata Adi Parva, chapter 36. So from that section I have taken, and you can, for more details, you can read Mahabharata. As Lord Brahma told that you hold the Bhumandala so that the Bhumandala does not fall into Garbhodaka ocean and people will not die untimely. So people can perform their sadhana and go back to it. That was the whole understanding between Lord Brahma and our Shesha. So, in obedience to Brahma's command, the elder brother of the king of snakes is Vasuki, entered into a hole, went to the other side of the Bhumandala. He held the goddess earth upon his head with her belts of seas all around her. So it's like that. सबसे वो कैरी कर रहे. बाद में समुद्र मंथन के समय पे अष्टदिग्गज प्रोड्यूस हुआ था, उनको भी बोला आप भी नीचे जाओ थोड़ा मदद करो. So they also went down and they also started assisting in carrying the Bhumandala. So like that various pastimes happened. So that was about Lord Shesha. And the last chapter talks about the 28 hellish planetary systems. In addition to hellish planetary system, there we also have Pitraloka. Previously we discussed the moon planet, we have one Pitraloka. Pitraloka is there in the Yamaloka. The Agnishwatas and Barishadas, they live in this particular Pitraloka. They reside below the 7 lower planetary systems. They constantly desire virtual blessings to all the people in the Bharatavarsha. And the son of Vivashwan, the sun god, is Yamaraja. He is the king of all the Pitrus. It is he who resides in this Pitruloka and takes care of all the Pitru Devatas living here. But he also has another seva, that is, he awards unavoidable punishment for the sin, so that he can make the Jiva turn toward the Supreme Lord. And this Pitruloka is located 19,000 yojanas below the Bharata Varsha or Bharata Kanda. 3:30-24 Bhagavatam says. So where the punishment is awarded? Punishment awarded in the hellish planetary systems. It is like the punishment is pronounced in the Yamadharmaraj Darbar. That is like the court. And Yamaraj stays in the Pitruloka. That is like the quarters or the government quarters given to the judges, government lawyers, and all the administrative department who are working in the court. The quarters. The quarters area is the Pitruloka. The judge, the court is like the palace of the Yamaraj where judgment is awarded. And the jail where punishment is awarded to the sinful people is like the hellish planets, which are there 3 different sections in that particular abode. In between there is a Sabha, Yama Sabha. This side there is Pitruloka, this side there is Yamaloka. So like that. Hellish planets are situated in the intermediate space between the 3 worlds and the Garbhodak Ocean. On the southern side of the universe, beneath the 7 lower planetary systems and slightly above Garbhodak Ocean, situate 19,000 yojanas below the Bhumandala. Yojananam Sahasrani Navatim Navachadvana. Navatim Navasahasrani, 19,000 yojanas. Tribir Muhurter Dwabhyam Va Nita Prapnoti Yatana. After the death, the Yamadutas take the dead body, the dead person, in 2 to 3 muhurtas or 2 plus 3, 5 muhurtas to the Yamaloka. So that they will be awarded the respective blessings or punishment, whatever. So in that way. This is Yamadharmaraj's Darbar, where sin dead person is brought and his chitta is read and he will be given good or bad results. So here the punishment is given in the Yamaloka. So what is the science behind 3 gunas, Shraddha, Vibhaga, Yoga? And some of the activities come in the category of dharma, some of them are adharma. As a result of that, we get different destinations. So for the pious activities, one will go to heaven. For sinful activities, one will go to hell. The hell is a result of our sinful activities. And we perform sinful activities because of beginningless ignorance. So hells are merely transformations of our bad desires. As a result of that, we in order to fulfill those desires, we perform Papa Karya. Because of that Papa, we go to Naraka and perform and experience the punishment. 3 Gunatvat Kartuhu Shraddaya Karmagataya Prutak Vida Sarva Eva Sarvasya Taratamyena Bhavati. Basically, based on the activity that we perform under 3 modes, we are only creating our own destiny. So it is like that. There are hundreds and thousands of hellish planetary systems, but of which 28 are prominent. In the 26th chapter, in 26 verses, by doing what kind of sin, they'll go to which kind of hell and they get what kind of punishment. All the details are mentioned. We are not going to discuss all of them, but their names are mentioned here. Tamishra and the Tamishra, etc. all the way up to Suchimiki. So after crossing that Narakaloka, there comes Ashtadikajas, Shesha, Kurma. And Kurma is floating in Garbhodaka Ocean. So Garbhodaka Ocean is Lord Garbhodaksha Vishnu's sweat. It fills the lower half of the universe. Lord Garbhodaksha Vishnu sleeps on Ananta's bed inside the Garbhodaka Ocean. And as you go downward below Garbhodaksha Vishnu's residence, there we have the lower portion of the universal shell. So till that point where the shell begins, there are 250 million yojanas with respect to sun. So starting from sun at a depth, Pitruloka. So starting from the Patala Loka, 10,000 yojanas below, we have Pitruloka. There only we have hellish planetary systems. And after them, we have 1,000 yojanas remaining Bhumandala. Below that, we have Ashtadikajas, Shesha, Kurma, everything. They occupy about 1 lakh yojanas. Then of 250 million yojanas, the Bhumandala or Bhurloka both combined together occupies 1 lakh yojanas. And Shesha, Kurma, and Ashtadikajas occupy 1 more lakh yojanas. So out of 250, remove 2 lakh yojanas. The remaining is 249.8 million. That is the width of the depth of the Garbhodaka ocean. So like that. So this is about the Hellish planet systems, where they are located, what is the dimension below Garbhodaka ocean. So Garbhodaka ocean is supposed to be half, but thoda sa kam hai, 2 lakh yojanas kam hai, but still it is as good as half only. 249.8 is as good as 250, not less than that. So now some references about the presence of Kurma below the Bhumandala, below Shesha. So this is what some of the devotee was mentioning in the previous classes. So this is Jayadeva Goswami Dashavatara Sutra in text number 2. Shiti Riha Pipula Tare Tishtata Prushte Dharani Dharana Kina Chakra Gariste Keshava Dirita Kurma Sharira Jagadiri. So in relation to Lord Kurma, it is talking about Shiti, Dharani. It is nowhere it is mentioning about Mandara mountain, Samudra Manthan, Milk Ocean, churning, all these things are not there. This is purely, this shloka is all about Lord Kurma holding the Bhumandala upon his back until Shesha comes into the picture. Before that, Kurma only holding. So it's like that. So in relation to that Chakshusha Manvantara's Pralaya, which was predicted by Lord Matsya, and eventually what are the other pastime that happened. So we see the sequence, maybe like little bit here and there, but almost. Veda Nuddarate. Matsya protected the Vedas. Jaganti Vahate. Kurma holding the entire Bhumandala on his back. Bhugolam Udbiprate. Entire Bhumandala. The same Bhugolam was lifted by Lord Kurma. So Lord Varaha. So Varaha is mentioned third, but actually this is supposed to happen second. So Lord Matsya saved the Vedas and saved also our King Satyavrata and all. And then Lord Varaha lifted the Bhumandala. Lord Kurma held the Bhumandala on his back. So like that. Laghu Bhavar Samrata also says that Padme Proktam Dade Shauni Mayam Evartita Sura, being requested by the Devatas and the great sages. Padma Purana says that Lord Varaha transformed into Lord Kurma and held the entire Bhumandala on his back. Shastrantare, other Puranas also say that Bhudari Kalpado Prakato Abhavat. Even at the beginning of the day of Brahma, after Lord Varaha lifted, Shweta Varaha lifted the Bhumandala, the same Shweta Varaha transformed into Kurma and kept the Bhumandala on his back. So it is this happened in the Chakshusha Manvantara, this happened in the Swayambhu Manvantara. So it is like that. Even 5th to 18th chapter, Aryama is offering prayers unto Lord Kurma. He says that Om Namo Bhagavate Akurupaya Namo Avasthanaya Namaste. Avasthanaya means the holder of the entire Bhumandala on your back. So it's like that. These are some of the references as per my little knowledge about Kurma in the Bhagavatam. And the references of the 8 elephants which were produced during the Samudra Manthan pastime. The 8 elephants are produced, headed by Abruma. Their names are here. Airavata, Pundarika. Actually, 8 male elephants, 8 female elephants. Both of them appeared and the family together went down below Bhumandala and held the Bhumandala. This is mentioned in the 10th canto. 10th canto, that 1,000-handed Banasura wanted to fight with different people. He went here, there. He went below the Bhumandala. He wanted to fight with the 8 elephants. But the 8th elephant, out of fear of Banasura, they fled away. So that is mentioned there in the 10th canto. We went to Lord Shiva, is telling that, Oh, primeval Lord, I went forth pulverizing mountains with my arms, which were reaching for battle, but even those great 8 elephants fled in fear. So they also could not. Eager to fight with the elephants of the directions that hold up the Bhumandala, bottom of the earth. So it's like that. These are some of the references. Even when 67 sons of Sagar Maharaj were digging the Bhumandala, they also made the 8 elephants. We showed this slide in the past. So these are some references about the 8 elephants also. So like that. So we have seen all these slides. This is our entire universe, different divisions. The Bhumandala, 7 lower planet systems, 28 elements, the white one, the Pitruloka, Surya, Chandra, Nakshatras, all these. Dhruva Loka, Marloka, Janaloka, Taploka, 7 layers. This is the same picture which is there on the cover page of the Bhagavata Cosmology. So ultimately, at the end of the 26th chapter, Sukadeva Goswami gives a conclusion saying that the pious people go to Swarga, the impious people go to hell, but eventually after their results are over, piety or impiety is over, they again come back to Bharata Varsha with the remaining amount of dharma and adharma, and they take birth here, where they can again perform papa or punya and again go up and down, wherever they want to go. All these things happen in Bharata Varsha, because Bharata Varsha is the place where dharma and adharma occur. And also, liberation is also possible easily in Bharata Varsha. In relation to all other places, Bharata Varsha is that place where liberation comes very easily and very quickly. So here we have Swarga, here we have Naraka, but ultimately one will come to Bharata Varsha. In Bharata Varsha, where specifically? Bharatakanda. In Bharatakanda, specifically in Bharata Bhumi. So this is where still the Varnashram system is still intact. Other places also trying to follow and imitate, but still this is like special place. So Bharata Varsha or Bharatakanda is special in awarding one liberation and the fruits of one endeavor. Some examples are shown here. Why would Mother Lakshmi, thinking that I am part of Bhrugu Muni's offense and kicking on Lord Vishnu's test, she came down to Kolhapur? Because she knew that whatever austerities, if she performs in Bharata Varsha or Bharatakanda, it is equal to 1,000 times the same austerity performed elsewhere. Lord Brahma wanted to have darshan of the original personality of Godhead. He was suggested by the great sages that if you want to have darshan of the Lord, you have to perform 1,000 Ashwamedha Yajnas. But if you perform one yajna only in Kanchipuram, that is equal to 1,000. So he came down and performed that one, and he had darshan of Lord Varadaraj. And Garuda did severe tapasya in Ahobilam to have darshan of Lord Narsingadev. Daksha performed his yajna in the upper Himalayas, so that it will benefit the entire three planetary systems. Even though Daksha resides in the Sargaloka, he came all the way here. Bhagirath Maharaj did the tapasya in the upper Himalayas. Maharaj Katvanga, even though he was fighting for the Devatas in Swargaloka, when Kartikeya was born, when Kartikeya was resuming his seva of, starting his seva of the commander-in-chief, the Devatas told Katvanga, my dear sir, please stop. You please ask for whatever blessing you want, except Mukti. Katvanga Maharaj said, please tell me how much time I have. They said, 1 muhurta. He requested, please transport me to Bharatakanda. The reason is, in Bharatakanda, even 1 muhurta is enough to attain perfection. But this is not possible in Swarga. So it's like that. Narana and Rishi are performing tapasya in greater Himalayas. Devatas or Asuras, whenever they commit some mistake, they will come to Bharata Varsha to atone for their mistake. Because here they can atone very quickly. Unlike in other places. Even whenever we go to any holy pilgrimage, the Kathakar, whether it is Maharaj or any senior brahmachari or any other devotee, senior devotee, they'll say that this holy place is 1,000 times powerful than Bombay or Pune. So please take it seriously and perform chanting nicely, hearing Shravanam Kirtanam nicely, so that we'll get 1,000 times benefit. So it is like that. The entire Bharatakanda is 1,000 times more potent than any other place. And especially in Bharatakanda, all the holy places are 1,000 times potent than other places. So that's why this place is special. So whatever we have discussed, consisting of the Bhumandala, Dvipas, Varshas, rivers, mountains, sky, oceans, lower planet system, upper planet system, directions, Narakalokas, luminaries, all these things is nothing but the shelter of different living entities. This is the amazing gross body of the Supreme Lord, amazing universal form of the Supreme Lord. So what is the result of hearing and speaking about Canto 5? If one read the descriptions of Lord's external form with great faith, if one hears about it or explains it to others, he develops faith, bhakti, pure intelligence, understand the topic of the Supreme Lord, the pastimes of the Lila Avataras, which is like an Upanishad, which is difficult to understand. In order to understand Lila Avataras, we need to first hear and understand Srishti Lila. Then Lila Avataras becomes easy to understand. That is the Falashruti. So this is the full translation of the entire shloka. So anyway, it is same. So hearing about the gross universal form, one develops attraction towards gross universal form. Similarly, hearing about the subtle universal form, one develops attraction towards subtle universal form. Similarly, hearing about the transcendental form of the Lord, one develops attraction toward the form of the Bhagavan. So hearing is the key. So it is hearing which helps us being attracted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the ultimate conclusion of this chapter. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. We are done with 5th canto, 26th chapter.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. We are very, very grateful for His Grace Pavaneshwar Prabhu. He took us from this planet to every planet, from Vaikunta to hell, all the planets He has taken us. So very easily, and we had easy journey with all the planets with His Grace Pavaneshwar Prabhu. And although these chapters are very complicated, very difficult to understand, but by the mercy of His Grace Pavaneshwar Prabhu, it became so easy. And especially, he patiently heard the questions and answered also very honestly. And not only that, he adjusted his schedules very flexibly. And personally, I liked it very much how scientifically, shastrically, and practically he explained. So he's the perfect person to explain these chapters. We are very, very grateful to His Grace Pavaneshwar Prabhu. Prabhuji, thank you very much. And we actually, this time we heard you from online, but we also want to serve you, and we want to hear you physically. Please come to Pune whenever you are free, whenever, and we want to hear more and more. And all our brahmacharis are very blissful, and they wanted to ask so many questions, but because of time limit and physically we are not able to serve you, and we want your more and more association, so that we can get the faith in the process, and pure bhakti and pure intelligence, so that we can also get some mercy of you. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
No, nothing my mercy, Prabhuji. This is all the mercy of all the acharyas. I am just repeating their words. I put them in proper order and presenting. This is like, I am grateful to all the devotees that somehow or other they are accepting my seva, and I am surviving by their prayers. I am grateful to all the devotees all over ISKCON.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Anyway, we are late. We are stopping here, or we are taking a couple of questions from devotees.
If some questions can be taken.
If
We
you
can
have
take
time,
it.
yeah.
Prabhuji, you mentioned about that Shiva coming from Sankarshana. We also heard he comes from, Rudra comes from Brahma also, when he gets angry. So
yeah, that we have read in 3rd canto, 12th chapter. So in the beginning of the day of Brahma, the Rudra comes from the Brukuti of Lord Brahma, that is true. And Brahma told him to beget children and increase the progeny. He begot Rudras. They are destroying whatever Brahma is creating. Even they came to kill Brahma only. Brahma told, Abhi bat karo, bas bahut ho gaya, ab jaake tapasya karo. That will be good for you and good for the entire universe. So all the 11 Rudras mostly in tapasya form only, tapasya mode. They don't beget children continuously. But only Lord Shiva and Parvati, we hear that they have 2 children. Our Kartikeya as well as Ganeshji. Bas utna hi hai. Next is that, of course, there are 11 Rudras are there 11 places. But at the end of the day of Brahma, the annihilation is supposed to happen. The 14 planets are supposed to annihilate. The annihilation takes place through the medium of Lord Sankarshana. He becomes angry because he's holding the Bhumandala for so long and we are not taking seriously, and he becomes very angry with us, just like the loving parent. When children are not listening, they become angry and tappad marenge. So like that. The same 11 Rudras who are at 11 different places, now they again re-manifest through the Bhukuti of Shesha and they destroy. So like that we have to see.
Okay. Prabhuji, and we also hear that this Markandeya Rishi, he got during the Pralaya, he got darshan of Vattapatashayi Krishna, not Vishnu. So how to understand it? Like, because Krishna, how that favor was given to him, like he should have got darshan of Vishnu, na? Garbhodakshai Vishnu or some other. Because
See, it's okay, Prabhuji. This is all mode, devotees mode. Even Prabhupada, throughout his purports, even the pastime of Lord Rama, Lord Vara is going on, he always writes Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. For everything he says Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Dhruva Maharaj chanted Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Prahlad Maharaj chanted Hare Krishna Mahamantra, like that. It's all Acharya's mood only. So there's nothing wrong. But in one sense, all mantras are directed to the same Lord only, whether he may be in the form of Rama, in the form of Vishnu, or in the form of Krishna. It's okay. It is basically indicating the mood of that particular Acharya. It may be Vatapatrashai Vishnu, maybe. In reality, maybe Vishnu only. But the devotee or Acharya, out of his mood, he might say it is Krishna only. So like that. I don't know the actual details, but both are okay.
Because that it was a small boy licking his own toe. So that cannot be Vishnu. It has to be Krishna only, no?
No, Lord Krishna has nothing to do with creation and annihilation. The creation and annihilation, everything happens by Mahavishnu only. It is connected to Mahavishnu only.
Yeah.
So here, our Markandeya Rishi is only seeing the annihilation.
Yeah,
After
yes, but
annihilation is over, what we see is only Mahavishnu only.
yeah.
Or, see, if the pastime is connected to the annihilation which is happening at the end of Brahma's day, who remains is only Garbhodakshaya Vishnu.
Yes.
Then Vatapatrashaya Vishnu should be Brahma Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. If Markandeya Rishi saw the annihilation of the Brahmanda's Prakritika Pralaya, then it will be Mahavishnu.
Yeah.
But certainly not Krishna. It has nothing to do with Krishna. Because it is said as Krishna out of the mood of that Acharya or the devotee, whoever it is.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So is there some temple of Vatapatrashai Vishnu like in that
पूरी है ना जगन्नाथपुरी में हम सुनते हैं ना प्रभु जी, वहां पे हुआ था पास्ट टाइम करके, पूरी के अंदर ही है, मंदिर के अंदर ही, उधर बाजू में एक ट्री है, बैनर ट्री, वहां पे डीटी भी है, वटपत्राचार्य डीटी इज देयर.
So it is a Vishnu deity or is Krishna deity?
Prabhu ji, I don't know, Prabhu ji, please. Whoever it may be, why are you seeing the difference? Technically, it should be Vishnu only, but the Acharya might say it is Krishna. It is their mood.
Yeah, okay.
Did Dhruva chanted Hare Krishna mantra or Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya?
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
But Prabhupada writes everywhere Hare Krishna mantra only.
Yeah.
Did Hanumanji chanted Rama Rama or Hare Krishna Hare Krishna? Prabhupada writes everywhere Hare Krishna only. Is it right or wrong?
Yeah,
it's more it is आचार्य का मूड है, बस उतना ही है, उसको जो ज्यादा टेक्निकली एनालाइज नहीं करने का.
Yes, yes, understood. Thank you.
एनालाइज करेगा तो अपराध हो जाएगा.
Okay.
Prabhuji, regarding this Subhumandala only, like in the Ekadashi Mahatmya, it is said that Lomesh Rishi is there. He has lot of age actually, means he can live for a long time. So when the annihilation happens, so where generally I heard that they go to Satyaloka. So where like generally the who live long time, where they go?
No, Satyaloka भी नहीं रहेगा. ब्रह्मा जी का दिन के अंत में 14 भुवन प्रलय में डूब जाते हैं. So they all enter into Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's body.
Achha.
They all reside in the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's body. When Brahma also enters into the body of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, they take rest within the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's body. In the next day morning, again the lotus comes. On top of the lotus, Brahma appears. He divides into 14 divisions, and then he creates the bodies for all the living entities. This is a regular phenomena. Every day it happens.
So I think no Rishi lives more than 100 years of Brahma, I think.
Yeah, if they reside also, then after this they will go back to Vaikuntha, or they enter into Karnakshaya Vishnu's body, whichever they want.
Oh yes, okay.
So it's like that.
Prabhuji, the Ghanodaka which is mentioned in Google Varnam, that Ghanodaka which is beyond this Lokalok mountain, that is ice. That ice is completely a depth. It covers the depth of Garbhodaka ocean on the in the same plane, vertical plane, or it's only surface.
Oh, pata nahi, Proji. Oh, pata nahi. Surface or depth, whatever. It is ice. The icy area, Garbhodaka, and icy mountain, Loka, both are ice only. They are stemming from Garbhodaka ocean only. It may go down below the Garbhodaka ocean also. It may be there half the way. It may be third, 3/4, or whatever. We don't know.
Okay. Also, Prabhuji, these 4 elephants, we were also discussing among devotees, balancing from below is logical, like 8 elephants balancing from below. There was a, discussion that how from
the
top
8
4 elephants
the 8 elephants from below they are holding. See, for example, you see, here is the bed. This is the Bhumandala. Here Shesha is holding it. So it can go out of balance like this. Yeah. So one elephant, 2 legs are here, 2 legs are here, so that it will stay here. Same way here the mountain is there. 2 legs are here, 2 legs are here. So that It cannot go like this because ये elephant इसका support लेके इसको सहारा दे रहा है, ये elephant इसका support लेके इसको सहारा दे रहा है, ये किधर आगे पीछे नहीं जाएगा. जब ये नीचे जा रहे हैं ना, ये elephant इसको दबाएगा, जब ये ऊपर जा रहे हैं ना, इसको दबाएगा. So it balance होगा. ऐसा.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
You need to see how the 4-stroke engine works, 2-stroke engine and 4-stroke engine. Then you will understand this.
Probably one last time, it is out of curiosity, it may appear a little silly also, the question, like, we have these two rivers, after Jambudvip, there is Lavan Sagar and then comes in another sugarcane juice. So in such kind of verses where they are accessible to both the oceans. So there is some mention in that these people, the people have access to both. Like we have only access to one Lavan Sagar. They have access to both.
We also have access to both, na? On the eastern side we have Bay of Bengal, western side Arabian Ocean. Bombay वाला Arabian Ocean देखते हैं और विजयवाड़ा वाला Bay of Bengal को देते हैं, Bombay कलकत्ता वाला. So it's like that. In between land is there, but इतना बड़ा जगह है ना, इधर से उधर कौन जाएगा बार बार.
Okay.
जो इधर रहेगा इधर रहेगा, उधर रहेगा उधर रहेगा. Hardly someone go from here to there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Prabhuji. Finally, chat box. Can we get the amazing slides? Sorry, because they are amazing, you cannot get. So thank you very much, Prabhuji. And we request all the BV students wait till the end. Okay. So I'm extremely sorry that I'm not giving slides, but anyway, all the classes are recorded. You can go through recordings. So I have not shared with anybody till now, but everything that is there in the slides is available in our book also. You please, if you want to know more details, you please take the book, Bhagavata Cosmology. If you want to read further, what is there beyond this? So you can read astronomy book also.
Which author we can read? Like some recommended by you, who's in Parampara? Or you may find later also.
Okay, Roji, you can, you read whatever you want.
This is referring to that Prabhuji which wrote these two books, Tulsi books. Bhagavad Cosmology and Astrology.
Whatever I have explained, everything is there in these two books. If you want to read this, if you want to know more details, there are many other authors also published many other books. You can refer them. No issue.
Bonafide author is Pavaneshwar Prabhu has written. We can
no, nothing like bonafide author. Because whatever little understanding I have got, like yours, you are calling it as BV, RV, we used to call BV, VP, Bhaktivinoda Vidyapith. So whatever my little understanding, those two books come out from that.
But your books are very authorized. That's why we feel very confident to read. But other, we are not sure. So, and we cannot speak also what we have heard if we read from others.
So in one sense, I have also not read many other books scrutinizingly completely, but we see, because everyone has the different mood. I mean, they have different ways. We have a book written by Zorlan Dharmavi Goswami Maharaj. In his book, we only see all the conversations which Prabhupada had with various disciples. And at the end, he had given all the translations as it is from the 5th canto. So he did not analyze anything and did not present anything in detail. And we have another book written by Sadaput Prabhu, the Cosmography. So there also he tried to kind of take in a middle approach. He is neither presenting the Bhagavatam as it is, nor presenting the science. He is borrowing something from science and something from the Bhagavad Cosmology. He is showing something in between in order to give an appreciation to both scientific community as well as our devotee community. But that book also does not deal with many of the intricate things like the way we discussed. So somehow, not that I'm saying it is great, but we went into each and every detail. Everything we in one sense we are actually reading through all the verses and reading between the lines of the verses also. So in that way,
many of my questions got answered from so many years.
Hare Krishna.
Give
But unfortunately, due to lack of time, we did not do the 4th part. That is not part of your Vidyapith syllabus, your Bhakti syllabus, but that is like a kind of practical session. Okay, what we can get out of this particular theory. So that will help us understand how day and night is happening, how the months are changing, years are changing, how the moon changing its phases, how eclipse is happening, and like that. Those few practical things are mentioned in that section. So, but anyway, those who are interested, you can read and see the videos in Bhagavad Cosmology YouTube channel.
Yes, Prabhuji, we'll see. Prabhuji.
And if you want to do something, you can come to Mandi to do PhD. So it's like that. Here, IIT Mandi director is our devotee. He visited Govardhan Niku village in the month of November. There we hosted a conference on Vedic astronomy. So having attended that conference, and he was very much impressed by our presentations, Prem Gaurang Prabhu's and mine. Then he said that why don't you both come and do PhD? And he also spoke to Shyamanand Prabhu, our temple president. And Shyamanand Prabhu pushed us, go and do it. So because of their insistence, we are here. So request all of your prayers so that we will do something. So that we'll come up with some publications and all, which will be appreciated by scientific community. And the overall goal of Prabhuji is, he told in the beginning only that we will make a model, which TOP wants to come up with the model. Prabhuji wanted that model should be made here, in a small scale, and this should be the first model in India based on our Vedic literatures. Though we have the models in Jaipur and Delhi, that Jantar Mantar, but that also requires a lot of understanding calculations. Here we should make a proper rotating model so that people just looking at they'll understand like that.
Dynamic model, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Prabhuji,
dynamic model.
what is your topic, Prabhuji, about your PhD?
Bhagavad Cosmology. So basically, I'll be working on Surya Siddhanta. I've already published one book based on the second chapter, and we are under completion of the another book based on first chapter. So we need to study old Surya Siddhanta, and based on that, we will have to make the model with all the intricate details. Bhagavatam gives a general overview of the entire universe. Surya Siddhanta gives the minute calculations of how the movements are happening, how all things are happening. So that we have to develop and then do it.
Software and hardware both you have to develop, correct?
So both 3D virtual model and 3D physical model, both we have to do.
You just started, Prabhuji. When you started PhD?
Just last month, January 30 only we joined here.
Okay.
So first semester is going on. We have a lot of courses to study and do. We have not started any research work. Next semester it will begin. Everything will begin.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. I'm sorry that I could not come all the way to Pune. If I was in Bombay, I would have come, but I mean so far. So, but anyway, thank you for this online classes. Thank you for extending all of your time. Hare Krishna.
Hare
If I
Krishna.
have spoken something beyond my level, many of you are elder to me. One Prabhuji, you keep asking so many questions. Sometimes I might have felt as if irritated and all. Please forgive me. It is nothing like that. So just because I'm just worried about keeping the time in track. That's the only reason. Otherwise, no other reason. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Shila Prabhupada.
Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.